I'll do that. I completely forgot. See you, baby girl. Yeah, I'm moving over now.
If someone dies in this campaign, they are just spiritually obligated to become a giant snail.
Oh my god.
As their next character.
Real.
Okay, is everyone ready to begin?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful stuff then. Okay, hello my lovely travelers. Welcome back to the Feywild, where we resume our story in the middle of the murky bogs of Prismere. A land once full with beauty, rife with nature, seemingly as vibrant as the colours that the Feywild are painted in themselves, with everything around you breathing as one. You have continued your journey all the way over to Brigand's Tollway, the location of the current Prince of Prismere, Agdon Lonscarf, the pesky yet yet pervasive Harangon, who appears to have rallied up his brigands not only to try and rob the people of Prismere, but seemingly has found you right where he wants you, sneaking up behind your group as you approached Brigand's Tollway. You now find yourself locked in combat with several of the brigands at his disposal. But knowing that Agdon, as mischievous as he is, may have knowledge that you'd like, and perhaps maybe a unconventional ally within the Harangon Prince, you find yourselves battling off his brigands before you hopefully will be able to entertain a conversation with the prince himself. But your journey has taken you far from the very south of Prismere, making your way across the thick of the swamp with the dense brush in your path, tree stumps that mark the landscape, and hitching a ride upon Sue Harabax's Walking Inn, having a good night's rest, sharing stories, and having a jolly old song and dance within the tavern. You find yourselves renewed and refreshed to face the day ahead of you. Now with several brigands looking to stop you straight in your path. But given these unintimidating creatures and their lack of being able to rob you prior, you hope that dispatching them and getting to their leader, the blue scarf-wearing Prince of Prismere, will hopefully be an easy task, much easier perhaps, than the ones that you've encountered on your journey so far. What will lie on the other side of defeating the brigands and having a conversation with Agdorn, however, is shrouded in the darkness that you can only hope to unravel. As you are cloaked in the shadow of the mire around you, the swirling mists obscuring much of your vision, you stand uneasily above the unsteady walkways of Brigand's Tollway. The Harangon Bringers have jumped from several skiffs, riding across the distant waters to surround you where you are currently stood at one of the lower walkways, just not too far from where this structure in front of you has been carved out of a very tall tree trunk. And as these Harangons have seemingly brandished their weapons beside you, you have rolled for initiative, and we will go straight into the combat as promised. So let me get this up. Earl May, I've picked the music specifically for you today. Enjoy. You'll see what I mean in a sec. Okay.
Also, ignore my thing. Like, that was me scrolling through
No,
stuff.
you're
I was
right.
trying to like read the descriptions, and for some reason it was like, "Oh, you want to use this right now?" That's not what I was wanting to do.
Very real. Very real.
Okay, here we go. So we will go ahead and start off with which Harangon Brigand is it today, and it's going to be the one that's just 2 over from the left of Odette. So, hold on, I need to turn these guys the other way so they can look at you.
Sorry, seeing them all doing that cracks me up.
And this brigand will move through its friend here, teetering on the edge of the walkway, because they can do this. We're not going to have another lizard folk island situation, and we'll try and hit you, Adet, with its club.
Okay.
I'm rolling that to myself. That's really bad. It's a 13, which does not hit you.
Slay.
Why is it whispered to me? Don't whisper it to me. Do it to the whole group. And you'll watch as this hare will feebly hop in front of its friend, ready its club to try and swing at you, and will miss as you nimbly dodge out the way. So we go to Trillian next.
Okay. Your Trillian will kind of just close her eyes and
Playing
kind
the
of.
wrong one? Sorry, go on. I was playing the wrong soundtrack that I needed
She will
for battle.
kind of close her eyes and put her hand over her chest, and you'll see her sort of like breathe, just saying a short, like almost prayer, And she's doing that because she is uttering a word of radiance. So if the two hairs next to me, one below and one to the left, could do a Constitution save, please.
Did
Indeed,
not
they
mean to
can.
do that. What the fuck? Sorry.
It's a fail,
A fail. Yep.
and that's a fail again.
Okay. They take fucking hell, 2 damage each.
These are rabbits. Who knows how much HP they have?
Yeah.
Yep.
Don't accidentally kill the
Uh,
rabbits, it would be sad.
In my
And-
head, I would put a really cool sound effect behind this, but I really just think it's funny when you do this. The rabbits just are like,
And then, who has the lowest AC here?
Actually.
Who does have the lowest AC?
by proxy of what I know your classes are, I reckon it's probably Vivi.
Okay. Yeah, go on then. Trillian will, as her final action, will look up towards Vivi and gesture her hand towards her again and encase her in sort of a shielding light and cast Shield of Faith on her.
Yay! Thank you.
And that will be Trillian's turn.
All right, we will go to the Hagrid and bring in 2 from you, Trillian. We'll swap places with the one in front of it. Oh no, there's a tree stump here. He can move on to. It's fine.
Isn't that
Cute.
reaction tank?
No. It's going on to the one on the right. I moved
Oh, I
it down
see.
a
Sorry,
square
you
by
moved it
accident.
down. Yeah, never mind.
Hi.
Okay, this bring-in will hop forward, ready its club swing over its head and try and hit you, Trillion.
Lol.
And will miss really badly, and then we will
Yep.
go to CL.
Hello. I think by this point, like Ciel is standing slightly behind everyone, and you will see that Ciel has somehow like they are actually holding a not too big of a tome in their hands. But they are very curiously flickering through as they were going to lift their eyes towards the herring that is like next to them. Which one was the one that just attacked Trillian? Was it the one to the left or the one at the bottom? That
It
one.
is, yeah, the one just in front of her.
So they're going to look at that Harangon just kind of smile in a mocking way and go, really, you never learn. First you tried to rob us and now you are really thinking to stage this? Those ears, you really need to pay attention. As I would like to cast Vicious Mockery.
Oh, wonderful.
Nice.
Can I have, please, a wisdom save from them?
Ooh.
Oh, why is one so wise?
Oof.
I don't know.
Wisdom.
Wise Harangon.
Well, I think that's me then.
Problem, we'll go to the Harangon at the very back here. I believe this is a slightly different Harangon, actually. This one is a Harangon sniper. Ooh.
Ooh.
I know.
I didn't realize we
Take
had
a-
snipers.
Sniper. Right, yeah. This one
We're
at the
gonna make
back
these
is...
Harrigans going Harrigon.
Excellent. This Harangon at the back, over here, it's going to be this one right on the very edge, into the tree stump body of the Brigand's Tollway. It is going to go ahead and use a light crossbow attack. Who can it see here? Over its fellow Harangons at Vivi here, so we'll go ahead and try. And try is definitely the operative word because these guys don't roll very high, as you can tell. Why are you whispering it to me? Sorry, I need to... When you haven't used a character sheet, it automatically whispers it to the DM instead of showing it to everyone else. I'm like, please don't do that. Please just actually do it to the group. That will miss, and then we will go
Nice.
to the other Harangon sniper, who is going to try and follow up where its fellow sniper missed. Try is the operative word here. 23, which I believe will hit you, Vivi, and it will go ahead for 4 piercing. And it will go ahead and use the hide action just at the bottom of this tree. Hopping down to this tree root snaking along the ground here, sinking into the mud, and then we will go to the Harangon Bringin on the left of Trillian. I know, so many of them. But you can see that they're even together. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize I had this. Well, I do now! And this one is going to go ahead and make an attack at you, Trillian, and because there is another Harangan Brigand within 5 feet of you, it's going to get advantage on this club attack. That's a 23, which will hit you, I
Okay.
think. Unless you can shield that.
No.
Surprise me. Okay. Alright then, that will be as the...
Constitution saving throw. Okay, Shield of Faith is still
What? Oh, shield attack, yeah. Okay. As these brigands giggle away, trying to swing their weapons over you, firing you these bullets made of seemingly acorn-like pellets, we'll go over to Adet now.
Okay. Odette is going to. I don't know how to look at the hiring gun in front of me. But thank you. This one here.
No problem.
I'm going to attempt to grab it and cast Inflict Wounds.
Yep. I always forget inflict wounds is a
Touch.
constitution save now. It used to be different.
Hmm.
It used to like just straight up be whatchamacallit, just an attack roll. That's oh god. D&D 2024 bringing me new surprises. Okay, let's make this save. Put my swamp sound back. What is it making? Con. Okay.
Fucking hell, the nat ones.
Holy.
We'll save it, but we'll take half the damage. So go ahead and say what you need to say as a debt, and it will take half of how much damage you roll.
Okay, so Odette is actually gonna, because she needs to touch them, she's gonna
Mhm.
grab its chest, to touch it, and then, she's going to, like, very quietly, just so the Harangon can hear it, say, "Cry for my lady."
Oh.
And
Uh,
I
maybe
roll
if you press
2
the-
d10s, right?
Just can you see on the inflict wounds it says damage? Just click the damage button.
Oh! Let me...
That's sick.
Where does it say that? Oh, it does say that. That's really cool.
For my lady.
So it will take half of that, which is 3, and you'll watch as the fur on its chest almost begins to turn into a very dark shade of purple as it begins to just sear it, almost like this unholy fire that makes contact with this Harangon. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Is that your turn of that?
Yeah.
Okay, we will go to the Harangon Brigand. Having to figure out which one it is all the time. Over here, on the left, very left stump, closest to the skiff on the left, and we'll go ahead and try and use a slingshot into CL. It's going to get advantage on this here as... No, hold on, is it? Yep, advantage on attack roll. Yeah, it is. Can have advantage because there is one within 5 feet of CL.
Oh my.
That'll be a 16.
Yeah, that's hits.
Okay, for 5 bludgeoning, and then we will go over to another Harangon Brigand, which is... There's really not much variation in these enemies. It's like, oh, we're going to another Harangon Brigand, who knew? This one is just behind the one that's just hit a debt, so we'll try ahead with a sling with advantage on that. 14 doesn't hit you, does it?
Me?
Yeah.
No, my AC is 16.
Fantastic. Okay, we go over to Oz then, who is actually not within 5 feet of any of the brigands. Oz, take it away.
Shit, I didn't think of that. Okay, he's gonna first start off after seeing everyone's like different moves and attacks and stuff like that. He's gonna follow up with Chilean's lead and cast Bless to cover the other 3 members of the party after he blessed. After Chilean blessed Vivi. Sorry.
Oh, good. Bless the
Did
guy.
that work? I clicked it, but I don't know if it.
Press a little, it might be a little speech bubble. Don't worry, I know what Bless. I think everyone in this party knows what Bless does, so don't feel.
Oh,
there you go.
I done it. I done
Well
it.
done.
Yep.
Yay! Alright, so that will be. Will that be Trillian, CL, and Adet?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. I'm going to go
Very
ahead and put a little.
So
Thank
he'll
you.
just like do a quick like prayer, and you'd imagine like you can roleplay it however you like, Ronnie, with the magic you see happening.
I would say there is almost like these streaks of light that shine like spotlights suddenly parting the clouds above that descend into a mist of shimmers that seemingly settles upon the three of your shoulders as you feel seemingly as if a little bit empowered by Oz's holy magic. All right. Is that your turn, Oz?
I don't think I can do anything else, so yeah. So he's just gonna kind
Okay.
of brace himself for the fight. Because I could throw something, but I think I've used all my actions.
Yeah, that'll be your main action. So unless
Yeah.
you've got anything specifically as a bonus action. Okay, fantastic.
Nice.
All right. Vivi, we'll go to you next.
Lovely. Vivi, a bit taken aback by seeing these brigands approach the party. She's going to very nimbly raise a hand and like point a finger towards one of these harrigans and go, "Begone, you little blighters! Get off!" And she's going to cast a sorceress burst, if I can find out on my spells. At this guy over here, please. Sorceress burst.
Yep, go ahead.
24.
That does hit. Let's see the damage.
Beautiful. There'll be 3 psychic damage, please.
Okay. It looks like he's been inflicted with a migraine.
And that will be her turn.
Okay, thank you very much. We go to the one behind you now, noticing that you've just inflicted his brother over there with a debilitating headache and is going to go and try and swing at you with his club. We'll have advantage on you still. That's a 21, so we'll hit you for 5 bludgeoning here. I feel like I need a sound effect when they hit you guys. What have I got? Oh, this will do. Yeah, he'll ready up his club and try and
Is that me?
yeah, it's for 5 bludgeoning. Yeah, it's the one in front of you. It's this one.
With advantage, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, solid. No worries. All good.
Because they have a pack tactic. So as long as there's another one within 5 feet of a creature that it's
wonderful.
attacking, it gets advantage. Okay, we'll go to Agdon, who is somewhere. And then we'll go back to the Harangon Brigand who started this. Turn order, and it will be the one on the right of Adet. Will ready its club. It is the only one in 5 feet of Adet, so we'll not get advantage on this. That's an 18.
That does hit me.
Adet, question: have you leveled up your health?
I don't know.
Because I don't think you should have that much HP.
I only have 10
Hold on.
HP.
Oh my god! Hold on, you're still level 1. Wait, in 1 second, I'm going into your sheet.
Me!
Come on.
I thought I leveled up
Just come on.
correctly, I'm sorry.
No, hold on. Just come out the
You
sheet.
play
just come
more
out the
than
sheet.
I do!
Mate, just close the sheet for 1 second.
Okay, it's shut.
Yeah, we'll
It's
give
shut.
me a second. Yeah, there you go, mate. Now you've got the proper amount of HP.
Mate, when I get my
There you
hands on you.
Oh,
Like, dude, why has Cadet got 10 HP? She should have more.
she's a very squishy girl.
No, you've got the proper amount now. There you go. Okay.
Ooh, 17.
We'll have so much HP.
Do 4 bludgeoning to you. And then we'll go to Trillian.
Okay. Right. Let's see. You know what?
No.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, you tell him, Barbara.
Well,
You can get us.
never mind. Trillian will just skip her turn then. No, I'm joking.
Next vicious mockery is at Trillian.
Yeah.
Trillian, getting very annoyed with all these people like attacking all the people around her, will just clench her fist and reach out towards the hair below Vivi, and will cast a inflict wounds upon them. So can I have a Constitution saving throw, please?
Yep, that's the one in front of Vivi, so diagonal to you,
Yes, yes, diagonal.
Okay. All right, that will be. I'm laughing at the chat. That'll be 16.
Okay, it succeeds, but it'll take half of that, so 6 damage. And then, as a bonus
Okay.
action, she will then turn towards Vivi again, and obviously notice she's been hit twice. Will just say a short prayer towards her as well, and cast healing words on her.
Yay! Thank you.
6
Ah.
healing, please.
Beautiful. Thank you.
And then that is her turn.
All right, thank you very much. Here we go, Harangon Brigand. Vivi, I just want to say, as this healing word is cast on you, it feels a little bit tickly. in a way that's
Oh.
almost uncomfortable. Like if you were wearing like a knitted jumper that just, is made out of coarse wool. It does heal
Okay.
you, and you do feel
Yeah.
reinvigorated. I just want to let Vivian know that, sorry, Trillian. I said Vivian Trillian at the same time. Ship name there. No, lovely
There's
healing
one.
word. That's just how it feels across your skin. It's a little bit itchy. All right, we'll
Oh.
go to the Harangan Brigand in front of Trillian, who will still get advantage here. We'll go for a club. That misses you, I think, Trillian.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, actually, yeah.
All
It
right, then we
does
go back to
indeed.
Ciel.
Wait. Why was I not on this already? Okay. I'm going to check something very quickly. Okay. I think Ciel is going to sigh and go, he's in the mood a bit low. Let's cheer it up. And I would like to cast Hideous Laughter on
Nice.
the Haringon next to me. Like the one to the left of Trillian.
All right, let's see if it's going to be wise. If it is, I'm actually going to be very shocked.
Oh my
big
god.
cry.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Wisdom.
I feel like this is directly at me specifically. None of my spells can pass through.
why is that specific Harangun like just so wise? What has it been? Where'd it go to school? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
you watch as it like crosses its arm and like thumps
It
its like
went-
foot against the wood in front
It
of
should be
you.
the
It went to
prince.
Strixhaven.
Okay, is that your turn, Ciel? That's 20. Ciel, is that your turn?
Yeah, that's my turn. I can't really do
Okay.
anything else.
Okay, thank you. We'll go to the Harangan sniper on the far right, who will, with an opening here, target acquired, will try and follow a light crossbow into Vivi. He's got one within 5 feet, so we'll have advantage on that. 19 for 7 piercing. And we'll go ahead and use a hide action after.
Can I shield that? Because I've got Shield of Faith, and I'm gonna shield it.
You can't cast Shield of Faith as a reaction.
No,
No,
she's already
I
got it.
already have Shield of Faith on.
I gave her Shield of Faith.
Brilliant.
Okay, but what's your AC with Shield of Faith?
So with Shield of Faith, it's 15, and then if I cast Shield on top of that, it'll be +5.
Oh, sure, right, the spell. Yeah, fine. I
Yeah.
thought you. Okay, no problem. You just the wording of that just really threw
Yeah.
me for a loop. So.
No, sorry, I was saying I'll cast Shield on top of that to get +5.
Yep, no problem. Alright,
you.
we'll bounce off and sink its pellet into the mud, and we'll go to the other Harangan sniper, who is going to go and try and exact the same thing, coming out of its hiding spot. We'll have advantage. We'll go for you again.
Fucking hell!
And that has to hit
Yeah,
for 10.
Oh my god.
I'm not really sure who
Jesus
trained. I'm
Christ.
not really sure who trained these Harangan guys. I don't know.
I'm glad I did that
Um,
shield, otherwise I would have been down.
The FBI, I swear to God, that's who trained them.
Okay, then we'll go to the Harangan on the left of Trillian, who will try and swing a club into Trillian here. I don't know if that hits you, Trillian. You can tell me.
I'm just thinking, get our shield as well. So that will miss.
No problem. What's your AC with the shield, just so I know if any of them attack you until
21.
next turn?
21.
Okay, cool. That's the same amount as your health, so that's really easy for me to remember. Okay, thank you. We'll rebound off your shield here with a resinous clank as we go to Adet.
Hi. Okay. Odette is going to cast All the Dead. No. Hello, Hurricane Frickin'.
You said
Um,
hi.
You point at one creature you can see within range. And it needs to get higher than a DC 13.
Will that be the one in front of you?
Yes, the one that I'm directly facing that just said hello to me.
The one that said hello.
How dare it say hello, really?
Don't talk to me.
I've seen Odette.
Nice.
We'll fail it.
Excellent. me do 8 damage.
Not
Oh my
bad.
gosh.
That's max
Oh my
damage.
gosh.
That's max
Hold on. Let
damage.
me just. I think. It's. Let me have a. I think this actually ends the Harangun. Yeah, that does. That does. Well, we'll say for politely here. We'll say you can. No, it's gonna kill the Harangun. All right, Odette. This will take down the first Harangun in this brigade. How are you doing this?
Okay. Odette is going to like raise her hand and like kind of dark magic swells at her fingertips, and like everyone around her hears this really loud bell chime. And before the end of it, before it finishes chiming, the Harangon is like thrown back into the water, and you just see like the bubbles coming up, and it's slowly dissipating.
Have you heard the church bell effect I played for?
Yeah,
By the way, was that audible? Yeah.
that
Okay.
was audible.
Fantastic. Yes, thank you, Al. I was waiting for you to see. Okay. Wonderful. That is one Harangun brigand down. About 7 more to go. Thank you, Odette.
Of course.
Right, let's go to the Harangun brigand at the back here. Going to try and fire a slingshot into CL with advantage. Catch the brigand, yeah, it is. Right, 11 will miss you, and then we'll go to this one here, who's just seen its friend fall into the water. Will gasp and then jump forward, try and hit you with its club. Odette does not have an advantage on you.
That does hit.
All right, we'll swing its club around its head. And seemingly in a vengeance for his comrade, will bonk you on the head there. And then we'll go to Oz.
Oh, I
Okay,
think. Sorry, just before you do that, my
that's
HP
fine.
isn't going lower. Do I need to do that myself?
Okay, so what you do is, on your sheet,
Yeah.
can you see there's a little thing in the corner that says damage?
Oh yeah.
It says damage. He'll put the number of damage you take and then hit the heart that's got the red heart, the one that looks like it's wounded, and then it will take out your health.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and then likewise, if someone heals you, you can put it in. You can put the amount they heal you for, or you heal yourself, and then you press the green heart, and that will heal you.
Okay, and then I got damaged 3 times earlier. That's fine. I got
Okay.
3. That's fine. Thank you. I wasn't following
Yeah,
along
no
with
problem.
that.
No, absolutely, no, all good. All right, Oz, it is down to you.
Okay, so Oz is going to see the kind of carnage around him, and there's almost like a tonal shift to him that the others wouldn't have noticed. That maybe only Burley would have seen that one time when he showed another side to himself that many others haven't seen. You almost like would envisage a wolf in like snow covered in blood, and he just turns and goes to throw his javelin at the Harrigan that went for Odette, I believe. No! Never mind.
No.
All that work. Never mind.
A valiant effort, though. Thank you, Oz.
I was gonna do that. Can I still cast Divine Smite on top of that?
Only if it hits.
Oh, it doesn't
If
hit.
it's a hit, then you can add it in after. Yeah.
Okay.
No, that will miss the Harrigan, I'm afraid. But still, very valiant effort, Oz. The Carringtons only have the pleasure of not being right next to you, so I'm sure they'll be in for a time when they are. Thank you. Regardless, we'll go to Vivi next.
Yeah, after that, Vivi like wrenches this like arrow from sort of wherever it landed, and she's going to raise her hand up and point back towards we'll say, can I see this guy over here, or is he hidden?
Oh, that's the one that's hidden, yeah.
That's the one that's hidden. Can I see this guy over here?
Yeah, you can.
Beautiful. She's going to raise her hand, that sort of sort of more sort of a little shakily, and go, that hurts, and she's going to hurl before she does that, this magic begins to whirl around her, as I would like to use my bonus action to do innate sorcery. And As a result, I'd like to have advantage as I cast witch bolt on that Harangon, please. 22.
Yep, we'll hit.
Beautiful. 10 lightning damage, please.
Okay, you'll watch. This will kill this Harangun, so you'll watch as this snakes out from you, and I'll let you describe the rest while I try and find the lightning sound on my soundboard. Go ahead.
You'll see this crackling like buzz just erupt in the midst of Vivi's palm as she sends this bolt of just absolute like crackling like fire, almost like a fire from the sky towards this Parangon. And as she watches it go hurtling towards it to hopefully take it out, which it does.
Yep. You'll watch as it strikes it down right in the center of its head, where it's sent hurtling back and seemingly smoking as this electricity sort of writhes around its body as it is dead on arrival. Thank you very much.
No worries, that'll be her turn.
Okay. We'll go to the Harangun Brigand in front of you. This one is going to try and hit you with its club again. We'll have advantage because there's still no one within 5 feet.
Yeah,
That was 22.
I've got 1 hit point. For fuck's sake. Yep.
Where's the
I've got 1 HP.
go? All right. Then we'll go to wherever Agron Longscarf is today, and straight back to Trillian.
Ah, damn, this is going to be difficult. Fuck. The question is, do I heal or do I risk it?
There are no biscuits in filling.
Be mindful that you almost died the last time, so we don't want
What's
you
more?
going down.
Sorry, Vivi, I'm sure you'll
I
survive.
think Oz would
It's
cry.
okay. We have
Trillian is
clerics and paladins. It's okay.
Trillian is going to again sort of just unleash a blinding light from her feet as she sort of gives a short prayer and will go for another word of radiance on the 3 hairs around her. So Constitution saves
Okay.
for all of them, please.
All failed but the last one.
Okay, that is another 3 radiant damage to the first 2, please.
Okay. You'll watch as the one in front of Vivi, as you cast this word of radiance, will seemingly be engulfed by this light that you try to shine out of you, Trillian. But Trillian, as you go to cast this word of radiance, you will notice that what you would imagine to be this bright light emitting from the amulet on your chest actually begins to turn into like this dark smoke that feels like it snakes out of your holy symbol. And as you cast this word of radiance, it's almost as if you're expunging the shadows from your body entire as you watch as they are engulfed by this darkened smoke that seemingly takes them all, seemingly just struggling to stay on their feet. And this one here will fall into the water as it is taken over by this new darkness. And yeah, that's one
Okay.
gone.
Okay, well, I don't have a bonus action, but what I will... yeah, I'm going to have to hope CL knows what I'm doing. Trillian will take a step forward to put herself in between the hair on her left and the hair down below to try and protect Vivi from the shots there and take a reaction attack from that hair on that she just moved away from.
Yep, so with
God.
advantage. What will miss you?
And then she'll kind of turn back to CL or Oz and just kind of tell them, someone protect Vivi. She's almost down. And basically she's saying, get in that gap at some point. And then that's Trillian's turn.
Alright, we'll go to the Harangun Brigand on your left. If I was mean, I'd have the Brigand go in the gap, but I'm not. So, well, maybe I am, Who knows? Anyway, it's going to go ahead and try and strike you with a club. Only one within 5 feet of you here, so it's not going to get advantage.
Does hit.
My
Not advantage.
God.
What if I rolled a
Damn.
22? Funny. All right.
Okay, still got Shield of Faith.
Okay.
Okay.
And we will go to you next, Ciel.
Hello. Ciel is going to watch our dear. Wait. Oh, yeah. Ciel is going to watch our dear Trillian do this heroic act of self-sacrifice. Then they're going to slowly look at us and with a very big grin just put a hand on their shoulder and they're going to grip the tome in their hand, just going, good luck. And they're going to cast guidance on us.
Yay!
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
That's my turn.
Very cool. You'll feel as almost these words from the page Oz will seemingly shimmer, erupting almost like fireworks, and then cloak themselves around you. We'll go to the Harrigan sniper over here, which is going to try and fire a light crossbow attack into Trillian.
Trillian,
Trillian.
how are you doing?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's just gonna hit. I can't block it.
Okay, we'll sink this arrow into just a gap between your armor. And we'll go to a brigand over here, which will try and swipe for Ciel. Only one within 5 feet, so isn't going to get advantage on it.
Okay.
We'll miss you. No one say 6-7. No one say it. No one say it. I can see the
You
number. No
just
one say
did! You just did!
No!
You are the one. You are the
Who
one
did
who
you
said
say?
6-7. It
Alright,
was
and
you.
we go back to you with that. You know, one of them rolled 6-8 earlier, and I thought, oh, I'm really glad it's not a number down. And I saw that and was like, fuck's sake, right there, it's you.
Do you think in like 10
Okay.
years we'll be going 8-9, 8-9?
I hope so. I hope so.
Oh, that's funny.
Annette, go ahead.
Okay. Odette is not somebody that has any form of healing magic whatsoever. So she does not turn to Vivi or Trillian or Oz. She just looks at the Harren gun in front of her and casts Toll the Dead again.
The best way of saving your friends, just make sure there's no threats.
Exactly.
I want you to know, Vivi, not Vivi, Trillian is. Why do I keep doing that? Trillian is definitely looking at you with a very
With a
concerned
very
eye, because she's like, how have you not got healing? You're also a cleric. What's going on?
Also, I want you to know she's bleeding pretty profusely, but she does not look bothered by it. By any means at all. In fact, she has a really big smile on her face. Also, that fails, so I'm gonna need to is it half damage?
No,
Or-
I
no,
think
it's
if they
1d8.
save it, I think if they save it, it doesn't do anything.
On failed save, take 1d8 damage, and then it, yeah, you're right. Okay, then, okay. Oh wait, is Shield of Faith not a...
Shield of Faith is bonus, yeah.
is a bonus action?
Mhm.
Okay.
The chat.
I'm trying to think about it. Okay, can I cast Shield of Faith on myself?
Absolutely, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Is that the shield of faith I put on you already?
You
or just stack?
used Bless.
Oh, did I? My bad.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the wrong thing. My bad. Because I've got two of those spells, that one only does one person. That's where I got mixed up.
Alright, we'll go next to the Harringen Brigand here. We'll jump through the gap where its friend is and turn its attention to Oz. Oz will not get advantage on you because it is the only one within 5 feet. We'll try and hit you with its club. We'll miss you with a 7 to hit here. So we'll go to the next brigand, which is the one next to Adet. Who will try and swipe for Adet with its club again.
That feels.
We'll miss you. And we'll go to Oz. There is now a brigand right in front of you.
I wonder, right, if this is possible at all. Taking on from like Trillian's word of advice towards needing to help Vivi, Oz is gonna almost go back to his training he had done when he was with the church and in their militant forces and their militia. And could I, by chance, don my shield and like almost try and barge the Haragon off of the bridge?
You can,
Like,
yeah,
in
you can
front.
go ahead and use shove. Yeah, so it'll be an athletics check contested by the Harangon's athletics check.
Okay, that might not be great, but well.
You do have
Eat
guidance.
it. Eat it.
Oh yeah, I don't have
Yeah, you
guidance
do
I can
have
put on
guidance.
my thing. I've only got inspiration I could tick. Let's see, how would I do
Well,
that?
no. CL gave you guidance, so you have 1d4. This is an ability check, so you can add a 1d4. So
Oh,
go on your sheet. You want to just go to the left where it says skills, just hit athletics, and then I'll contest it with the Harangon's athletics.
right.
Okay. And then you
Nice.
can add we'll add a 1d4 to that. So that will be an 18. I have a feeling the Harangon's going to struggle to contest this. We will go ahead and see.
I want you to see he's almost enraged.
Yeah.
You got it.
All right. This will throw the Harangon off about 10 feet. So Oz, describe to me how you're doing this.
He's almost like animalistic in a sense. There's just, you see his teeth bared, and this is almost for the first time you'd actually be able to see that all of his teeth are sharp, not just canines. Every single one of them is pointed.
Lovely.
And he's,
That's hot.
if looks could kill, it was again very similar when he showed Burley that side of him, especially when it comes to protecting people that he's only began to care about. There's almost like a different side to him. He's almost like a different person when he's in this kind of mindset, and he's just gonna go to like try and back up Vivi with his shield after he's pushed the Haragon off, if possible.
You're watching you basically slam this Harangon with your shield and seemingly just swipe it as it goes flying into the air about 10 feet, and then seemingly as it goes teetering off the edge, will make a very ample splash into the water below. It's still in the Turnord, but it is now in the swamp, which is, I believe, difficult terrain, and is about 10 feet below you. So, okay, thank you very much, Oz.
No worries.
If you want to move into the gap where it is now, by the way, because you can now do
Is
that,
that
you've still got
this
movement on your turn.
bit? Is this bit?
Yep, you can absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can
okay.
absolutely go ahead and move there. All right.
Okay. So I'll just say that he's kind of trying to shield Vivi a bit because of what Trillian suggested.
Fabulous. Thank you very much. All right. We'll go to Vivi next.
Beautiful. Vivi is going to, like, she's very, again, this poor woman is on 1 HP. She's like clutching at her chest with one hand, like taking very like labored breaths as like blood is like dripping down, I imagine, just like her arm and her face. But she casts a dark eye towards this brigand here and raises a finger towards it and like narrows her gaze as she hisses, "To the hells with you!" And she casts Mind Sliver. May I have a intelligence saving throw
Yep,
from
on
the
it.
Harangon?
I swear to God, if this Harangon's gone to college.
Oh, there we
Go
go.
to college. We'll fail it. So let's do the 1d6.
Beautiful. It'll be a
Okay.
3 psychic damage, please.
Thank you
And
very much.
that will be her turn.
All right. We'll go to wherever Agdon Longscarf is on his turn. I'm sure he'll reappear at some point. Seemingly trying to taunt you. You can hear like, the walkways above you creaking, almost as if you can imagine the Prince of Prismere is seemingly trying to almost circle you, watching this combat between. Sorry, there's a fly in front of me. Between him and his soldiers occur, and then we will go to Trillian.
Okay. What can I do? Yeah, Trillian is going to kind of look at her own, like, yeah. Trinity is going to look at herself, and she's got. You can tell she's injured. Like the uh, the bolt that hit her from the handgrave below is kind of sticking out awkwardly in her ribs. It's obviously penetrated the skin and it's caused quite a bit of injury. But then she'll look at Vivi and see her on such low health, and will nevertheless raise her. What is the holy symbol? And 1 second. She'll raise a pendant she has around her. Yes, she's the pendant she has around her neck and point it towards Vivi, and you'll see again a white radiant light spread towards her as I will cast Divine Spark Healing on Vivi.
Aw.
And that's my turn.
Well done, thank you very much. All right. We'll go to the Harrington Brigand that's in front of you, Trillian.
Mm-hmm.
Is the only one in front of you, so we'll... Oh no, hold on, it's also in front of Oz. We'll try and take a swipe at Oz. With club, we'll have advantage because of the other brigand stood next to Oz. Will be a 23, so that's 4 bludgeoning into Oz as it goes to wind up its club and strike you down.
Okie
And then we will go to CL.
I think CL at this point has given up on affecting these very smart Haringons with their spells. So instead, they are going to be using their dagger to basically swipe for the Haringon that is next to Oz, like left to Oz.
Yep.
So we are going to be going with. We'll see if rolls hit me. 19 to hit.
That will hit. And is that the +1 one that you're using as well that you got from
Yes, I believe so. Yeah.
Caliber? Yeah. It should say dagger +1 on your sheet. I think I did add it. I'll check
Yes,
after.
I have it. I have it. Yep, got it.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. That would just be a 20, but an unnatural one. So yeah, just hit the damage below dagger finesse, and then I'll go ahead.
Oh yeah,
and...
I used the wrong dagger. So yeah, that's 7 piercing damage.
Wonderful. This will defeat the Harengon in front of you, CL. How would you like to do this?
I think that CL, you will see like CL kind of sigh after casting the guidance and ask, kind of almost use the tome to just pull some wind on their face as they're going to play with the dagger in their hand. Look at the Harengon next to them, go, "Watch your back," and basically stab them in the neck.
Yep.
A very, very
Wonderful.
quick maneuver.
Yeah, you'll watch as you strike it and pull your dagger out so cleanly, a practice maneuver that you've done so many times, it almost leaves no trace of blood, as you watch this Harengon clutch its neck and then seemingly teeter off the bridge back into the water, where bubbles will begin to rise to the surface, just like the other from earlier. Thank you very much, CL.
My pleasure.
Very meticulously done. We will go to the Harengon sniper over here, looking at Trillian. We'll go ahead and fire a light crossbow bolt at you, Trillian.
Okay.
Will just lodge between a
damage.
gap in your armor, seemingly practiced enough to launch it just where you managed to not have yourself shielded. And we'll go over to Adet, looking at another Harengon brigand.
Don't turn away from me now. It's my turn, yeah?
It is indeed.
Okay, I'm gonna cast something that will not miss. And that is Guiding Bolt.
Is this at the one in front of you?
Can I split it? Because it's, sorry, what was it? It's, 4d6. Can I do...
So
to...
guiding bolt is a single target, and because it's
Oh,
a
is it?
ranged spell
Right.
attack, if you make it at someone in front of you, it's got disadvantage. But if you chuck it at this, say if you chuck it at this one over here,
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of doing.
you can do that fine. Yeah, absolutely.
Right,
Cool.
I'll attack that one then. This one.
Yep. That will hit. So let's see the damage.
The damage is...
That's a fantastic bit of damage, and that will kill the Harangun. How would you like to
Wait.
cast this?
Okay, so Odette is going to, like, look away from the Harangon in front of her, which might be a bad idea, but she's heard the others taking a beating behind her, and she turns her head and raises her hand, and fires these... I'm guessing it's like 4 shots since it was 4d6s.
I think it's usually usually they count it as like a single bolt. I think in Baldur's Gate they
Right,
do, but
okay.
whatever way you want to cast it is completely up to you. So if you want to make it look like 4 like floating orbs that then just like coalesce into this thing, you're absolutely welcome to do that.
Okay, we'll do that. So these like 4 orb bolt-y looking ass things, right, go flying towards the Harangon in front of Trillian, and they all like coalesce in a single point to where their heart would be, and it like goes right into their chest and sends them flying backwards. And they just lay there, sinking
You'll hear
into the water.
You'll hear another splash into the water as the rippling waters of the mire are disrupted. Again, the murky waste beneath you parting to have another Harangun body join where you've dispatched several in this fight. Well done, Odette. Thank you.
Thank you. And she's gonna call to Trillian very quickly and go, self-sacrifice only gets you so far. Heal yourself.
Damn.
That's so funny considering she has no healing spells herself.
Oh, she doesn't.
think-
She doesn't want to get healed.
I think Trillian will just give it a grunt and just go, someone's got to do it.
No. And then she turns back to the Aaron gun in front of her.
Wow.
Oh my god. savage.
Hilarious. Right, we'll go back to the Harangon Brigand that's sinking in the water, very desperately trying to pull itself out of the muck. Harangons do have a long jump and a high jump, so we'll go ahead and rest itself out of the water, use most of its movement here to hop up onto the walkway just next to Oz, and we'll try and swing at Oz with another club. This will come at advantage. 19 will be another 4 bludgeoning Oz, I believe.
Okie dokie.
And then we will go to the Harangon Brigand in front of Adet, who will try and swing again with a club, no advantage.
That does hit me.
Still hit. Yep.
Yeah. That's fine.
And then we will go to Oz.
Okay, so, I was gonna attack with his, longsword, but, a paladin, like, for the, where is it, the feature I have, I always have Divine Smite prepared, so I can, like, do it basically immediately with it.
Yep, so you want to
Without
roll
using a spell slot.
Yeah, so you want to roll the longsword attack first. If the longsword attack hits, then you can go ahead and add the Divine Smite to it. It's
Okay,
contingent on whether
thank
the
you.
attack hits.
I'm
first. So,
sorry,
yeah, no,
I'm
absolutely.
still...
No, don't. No need to apologize. Go ahead and do the great sword attack. But I don't know. Is your Divine Smite a toggle? Like, is it a little like thing that you just hit it and then it attacks? It attaches it to the attack,
I am not
or
sure.
is it like a separate? You go ahead and roll that.
From my
that-
experience, it's separate, but you can do it.
That will hit, so feel free to go and add the Divine Smite onto those. Roll the damage as well, it's just underneath the longsword. That's 21 damage, which is
Ah!
crazy work. And that will
Very.
kill the Harangun, Oz, so how would you like to do this?
Okay, so this is a bit more barbaric, but you almost see him like spear the Haragon with his sword, and he like lifts him almost above his head and takes his other arm and just kind of rips his body in half almost.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh.
Like he is very far away in his mind palace right now, so to speak. And he's just enraged and in the throes of like almost like war and like memories and stuff he's been, and he'd be damned if he's going to lose more people around him.
Amazing, thank you. You'll watch as his Harangon's body just like cleaves at the edge of your sword as this holy light erupts, almost sending it shattering into 100 pieces of Harangon flesh as you shake your sword and send these last bits of this Harangon into the water below you. Beautifully done, thank you, Oz. With 2 Harangons left, we'll go to Vivi.
yeah, lovely. Same thing again. Different, same same shit. Different Harangon. So it's time to go. Sorceress bursting on this hair, please. Her eyes are still have this sort of dark sort of like look in them as she like brings her hand sort of up towards one of the remaining Haragon and just curses under her breath as she casts this cantrip. Does a
We'll
13
miss it,
hit?
I'm afraid.
Are we still got bless? Oh no, I don't have bless. Never mind. Yeah, that's her turn.
Okay, we'll go to wherever Algonglon's obviously hopping about. You'll hear the walkways seemingly creak less and less, wondering where he is in the mist that appears to be dancing around you, obscuring his position, but seemingly watching as his men fall. You probably realise that you may not be too far. We go to Trillian next. Trillian. Adam.
No, sorry. I was sorry. I was thinking what. Yeah, I know what I'm gonna do. Okay, Trillian is going to very quickly and definitely move towards Odette and flank the hair on the other side, and she will raise her mace in her hand and uh, defiantly hit it. Try and hit it with her mace. Fucking hell, that works.
Yeah, that
Alright.
hits. Let's do damage.
3 damage.
Alright, I'll finally got bonked back.
Nevertheless,
So
she will
sorry
look.
for the proc and stuff. I'm just trying to read things and it keeps accidentally
Oh
sending
no,
it through.
No, you're absolutely good. Don't worry. If it's if it's not your turn, I know it's not you actively casting it. Don't even worry about it. Okay,
Thank
yeah,
you.
you'll watch as you
Never.
swing it into
Like,
this Aaron gun.
yeah,
Go ahead.
and then she will just look at Odette and go. I mean, you may not want healing, but at least I can fend it from hurting you.
I'll accept that. Thank you.
Killian, you're technically on a part of the map where you can't stand, so I'm just going to put you behind a debt and have it be the friendly thing where I imagine you probably would have moved forward.
Can I go?
That's the
Oh, can I go like here then?
yeah. So you got on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, sure, fine.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I didn't realize you couldn't go there.
It's where the tree's holding the walkway up. It's not very clear. Don't worry about it.
Oh.
Okay, we go to CL. Yeah, map perception is a bit.
I mean, it seems that steel does the charm here, so we are going to attack with the dagger, the hanger next to him again.
Okay, let's see.
So 2 to hit.
Beautiful. That does indeed hit. That's 2 damage.
That's 7 damage.
Oh, very, very good. All right. How are you chefing up this Harangon? Yeah.
Xiao is going to once again. You'll see him throw the knife up, like played with it in a almost juggler way, as their eyes are going to twinkle. In that same golden, golden tone, and yet it feels almost like once again there is a creeping color that's not quite the same, passing through momentaneously as they go, "You never learn, do you?" And the exact same movement is going to, as the one that killed the previous Harangon's going to land on the neck of this Harangon.
Okay, you'll watch as you very quickly retract this dagger almost artfully as it almost does not bleed, looking like there was no wound even left. As this Harangon will clutch its neck, stagger back into the water and fall just like the previous one did, with 2 dispatched. At the meticulous work of your very deft hands. Thank you, Seal.
My pleasure.
All right, then we'll go back to Adet with the last Harangun, who I believe that Adet's been having a stare off with this entire time.
Yeah, she totally has.
The whole time.
She is going to cast Toll the Dead, hopefully. Yes. Okay.
Yep, and that will hit.
Okay, she is going to cast Toll the Dead, and she is going to grab this guy by the throat. How much damage have I done to it? Like, I know I've done it 8 damage, but
It's enough to kill it. Also, just to show you, on your sheet you should have 2 Toll the Deads. It'll say Toll the Dead full health and Toll the Dead partial health.
ooh.
Toll the Dead partial health does more damage than full health. This Harangun Brigand's already missing 3 HP, so whenever you know that you've damaged it, or I can tell you,
Okay.
you can just say, has it got full health? The full health Toll the Dead will only do 1d8. The partial health Toll the Dead will do 1d12.
I only have
so-
1 Toll the Dead on my sheet.
I'll go and look at it in a sec. Might be an
That's
issue.
fine.
But yeah, that will kill it anyway. So go ahead and continue with your right for your Dark Lady. Go ahead.
Okay. So she's gonna grab this Harangon by the throat, and she kind of similarly to Oz, she's gonna lift it into the air, and her voice just above a whisper says, "A gift for my lady," as the bell tolls and the Harangon's fur turns this dark, twisted purple, slowly just disintegrating in her hand.
So sick. And very, very cool. As you watch as this Harangun is reduced to a body full of fur to nothing but smithereens and ash crumbling in your fingers as you offer it as a prayer to your patron. Congratulations, you have defeated all of the Harangun brigands and Harangun snipers, leaving you with 1 Harangun to search out. As this happens, you will notice, sorry, there's like no better way I can do this apart from like drawing it here. So you're gonna have to bear with me in this shitty drawing that's about to appear on your screen, right? You'll notice that seemingly from above you on a walkway, or perhaps maybe to your side, or maybe even below you, you'll watch as this blue scarf almost coalesces itself around the group. Now, I don't know if you remember, awful drawing, I know. Well, if you remember the words of a certain perhaps past acquaintance that you made, saying that if you were ever within reach of Agdon Longscarf's scarf, you should try and grab it, that he is powerless once his scarf has been grabbed, given that it has been enchanted that it cannot be removed from its neck. So holding onto it would effectively be the same as trying to, at least threatening to strangle someone, given that you have dealt with all of his men, but him, you'll watch as this scarf almost begins to cascade around you. The Prince of Prisma is seemingly not far within reach. We are still in a turn order here, so I'm just going to go and have you do this. It will just, if you want to try and grab the scarf, it will just be an athletics check. Some of you do have bless, so do feel free to go and add a 1d4 to that. Adet, we're still on your turn, and given that the combat has ended here, you can feel free to go and make a athletics check here as you see this bright blue length of cloth seemingly cascade itself around you.
I'ma grab that shit.
Oh my god.
That you
are.
will indeed grab that shit. Oh my god. And seemingly channeled by the fury that you held in battle, only pushed on by the promise of your Dark Lady, and seemingly wishing for this trick that has been played on you to come to an end, you will grab this scarf and you'll just hear like a yelp from above you. As you hear the Prince of Prisma's voice echo, and seemingly you'll almost hear it like as if it's someone very struggling to breathe. And as you clutch this scarf at it, just describe to me how you grab this scarf, just so I know how I'm having Agdon respond.
Okay, Odette is gonna see like the flicker of blue to her side, and rather than grab it, she's kind of just gonna like will it towards her, because the way you've drawn it, it seems kind of far away from her. But she's gonna like reach out on like her tiptoes, I guess, because she's a short gal, and she's gonna weld a scarf to come to her hands, and when she gets it, she is going to grab it and yank it towards her.
You'll just hear like a
Yes.
like choking sound of of Agnon, and you'll just hear a voice seemingly from the mist as it gets closer, and you guys go, please, please, I surrender. You've defeated my men, and I'm not really in a place to bargain. So you'll just see him jump down onto the walkway that almost creaks beneath his feet, and he's like clutching his neck, and he's like, and you'll just see as he gets closer towards you, seemingly trying to reel this fabric back to him. Seemingly now his bravado entirely shattered as he is this weakened image of a Harangun without the weight of and the might of his men, seemingly a man who does not bear much muscle of his own, despite the mace that he has tucked into his belt and a shield that hangs from his back, and of course the bright blue length of cloth tied to his neck. And as you grab this and he comes down to your level, he'll like hold his hands up and coming like closer towards you, where it seemingly just stops choking him, and he will try and speak a little bit louder and go, I'm sorry, I think we've gone off on the wrong foot. Look, he's like coughing as he's trying to like relent the cloth from a second. He's like, look, you've clearly come here for a reason, and I'm not in a position to bargain. You've defeated my men, you've shown me your might. Clearly you have more metal than I do. But you have come here looking for something, so please, lay down your weapons. I don't have mine. Well, at least not brandished. Anyway, what is it you want? And he'll come within. He will stand where he stood at the moment, where you can comfortably see him, and he's still trying. He's kind of like trying to hold the length of scarf away from his neck, but given the way that he's been cursed, you can tell that he can't really hold it that far.
Yeah.
Odette, don't worry, you've still got him by the. Hold on, I'll draw a new little line for you here.
Just a little one for me.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Oh, that's so bad. Hold on. Fucking arch. She's forming a rainbow formation. Here we go. There we go.
Vivi will like perk her head up, sort of very much. She is like still sort of wincing in pain. She smiles, seeing Odette. She goes, you're now on a little lead.
Are we in free action right now?
Ciel's going to kind
What,
of
sorry?
cock a.
I was just saying, are we in free action right now? It's not initiative anymore.
Yeah, it's not
Okay, so
combat,
we can
don't
just.
worry.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Go on, Seal.
Yeah, no, Ciel is going to slightly cock their head and just curiously look at the rabbit and go, I was just kind of curious, why would you be disrespecting so much the rule of ownership in Prismia?
Rule of ownership.
Sorry, he's got such a stupid little face.
He does.
Look at him. I mean, he's got such a dumb little fucking face. I'm looking at him like, wow. We'll try and free himself here. He's rolled 2-5. Sorry, you can't see that, but he'll target his scarf, seemingly not being able to relate from Odette, and he will say, I am not beholden to the rules of, well, hospitality and friendship, whatever it is that they're called these days, under the reign of the Hourglass Coven. But yes, I suppose now, without any brigands to protect me, look, I understand. If you do not wish to spare me, I will plead for my life as much as I can, like a coward. But
You are a coward.
I respect the honesty.
Couldn't Oz barge? Oh, sorry, never mind.
No, I'm just gonna just finish your sentence and then feel free to say what you need to. And it's like, but I apologise that my brigands bothered you on your first entry into Prismir. But given that you've been sent in my direction, that usually means that when mortals come here, they're looking for something. So, whatever it is you're looking for, he like eyes over your wounds. He says, "You need some rest. As your friend here says," and he'll give you a very curt bow. Ciel. He will say, "I'm not one to object to another monarch. I'm terribly sorry, but given that he has raised a point about the rule of hospitality, I will Not sure how much I can make up for your wounds, but if there's something that you need to ask, then you have proved your mettle here. And in a show of might and magical prowess, you have defeated my men. So, whatever it is you want, I am subdued, at your service. Whatever you need me for, feel free to. He'll look at a dent, so feel free to hold on to this. We can head up to the top of Brigand's Tollway, and you can visit me all you like. I'm sure I'm very deserving of it.
You get used to this treatment of monarchy, Ciel's going to say with the most sarcastic voice ever.
Lol.
Well, I for one would like to rest. She stretches, Odette stretches, lifting the blue scarf with her arms as she.
Did Jim go?
Uh, and then she settles back down. It's really funny because Odette is not that tall at all. But which way to the top?
He'll kind of he'll let go of his scarf now, just letting it loose so you can hold on to it. And he'll say, if you follow me, we'll just round the tree. So not much of a steep walk, as it is one that's quite circular, but we'll be there in no time. And then you can rest. We've got a campfire up there, a couple of tents if you need to take a bit of a long one. I'm not in a position to harm you, as you can probably see. So, anything you want to ask, anything you need, well, you've got it now. So, it's just at the very top of the tree stump.
Okay. Odette is very carefully going to move past Trillian and allow Agdon to kind of lead the way.
As long as you're all following her there, I'll go ahead and just put you on the I'll move the map so that you're at the top.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Although I think before everyone does move, I am just gonna quickly cast Healing Hands on myself. I don't know why I did that twice, but oh well.
That's alright.
Just
While
in case.
Trillian's doing that, Oz was going to turn to Vivi with more softness again and back to his kind of regular self, and he's just going to ask out of consent, do you need me to carry you at all? Are you all right to walk on your own?
She is still clutching sort of at her wound. She's still a little weary, and she'll
In
look
fact,
at.
never
Yeah.
mind. And he just lifts her in like a
Oh.
princess carry.
She's probably about to go trying to show him she'll be fine, but knowing that he's given her no other choice, she will.
Yeah.
She will look at him, and there is a glint of appreciation on her face, and she just goes, "Ah, thank you for that. I owe you."
It's no problem, honestly. Right, shall we? And he's just gonna kind of motion for CL to, if he either wants to go first or if he wants him to go first, and just follow along behind everyone.
Ciel's going to give you a mocking curtsy, but not so much. You feel it's not so much addressed to you how it is addressed to the fact that so many people are treating him like royalty here. They're going to go first.
Oz is just polite by nature. He's just going to follow along.
Vivi will kind of loiter her head up, sort of lean towards Ciel, and goes, "You know, if everyone's gonna start referring to you as royalty, that might be a bit useful as we travel on."
Oh,
Yeah.
That's actually a good idea. We could act as your retainers almost.
Oh, please don't be silly.
Merely an idea for a cover story. I thought you might like it.
Me. You just have to take one simple glance to realize that I'm no monarch. So it's just funny to me that so many people insist on this joke.
As you move through the Brigand's Tollway, you'll walk through the hollowed out stumps of this tree where they've been meticulously carved from within to show the resting quarters of the Brigands, several wooden fences that seemingly wall off sleeping quarters, and sections you would imagine for an armory, a kitchen, and several areas where the Brigands would seemingly sit and chat and discuss their plans for Prisma. As you head up to the top, taking the long walkway around the stump where the mist begins to dissipate around you now, seemingly with a view of the extended mire before you, the murky waters below where Agdon's men were dispatched, as the glowing green of the swamp is seemingly low enough now that the putrid scent and the assailing aroma of rot is no longer a pervading concern for your nostrils. High up here is a view that stretches out onto Prismir, where the mists seemingly part for Agdon, as the named Prince of Prismir, to use as a lookout, to hold court, to talk to his people. But as you arrive up here, it is... How do I get rid of the fog? Sorry, I'm trying to turn it off as I'm talking. There we go. You'll notice that there is a very large purple tent, a campfire that appears to have been recently stoked out next to a pot of water, and a view of Prismir around you, where tree stumps linger off in the distance and canopies stand high to mark the land around it. As you settle down and Agdon encourages you to sit. There are a couple of... this map isn't very well decorated, but please do imagine there are a couple of like wooden stools around for you to take a seat on.
Yeah.
He will go to... he will take his mace out of his... which actually you realise is a branding wand out of his belt, and he'll go to relight the fire just by the camp before setting it back into his belt. Still, obviously, Ode, you've still held on to him, and we'll encourage you to make yourselves comfortable. And we'll say, if anyone does want to interrupt our conversation, we'll at least see them coming. It's a pretty good view out here, and given where I presume you might be heading next, I can point you in the right direction. Or just, well, we can discuss it after. He'll pull up a seat of his own. Finding yourselves in this camp, you're probably about 30 foot high up here, where you'll be able to spot the wooden skiffs of Agdon's men moored among the cattails and grasses that poke up from the water surrounding the ancient stump, where the moss climbs up the very side and the lingering green waters have left their stain among the home of the Harringons. Rope ladders hang off the edges of the trunk here, enabling approaching creatures to climb up to the surface of the stump. Yet, creaky enough and worn away by being in the middle of the mire, Agdon seems to not be too alarmed about anyone else who may make their way out here. Just in front of the tent, you'll notice that there's an open chest. You can see it, and you'll notice that there are scores of worthless trinkets, seemingly stolen from travellers. If anyone wants to look at them, obviously you can have a look here. But let me know what you're doing as Agdon encourages you to take a seat. This will count as a long rest after you're done, by the way, so don't worry about it too much.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Odette is gonna... Where she's holding Agdon's scarf, she's actually just gonna tie it around her wrist, so she doesn't need.
Yeah.
So she doesn't need to like keep holding it. Surprisingly, a very good tight knot. Just so she doesn't have to think as hard and make sure she's not gonna drop it. Also, this is the tallest Odette has ever been. Yay!
Hey.
But no, she's gonna look to the others, and say, does anybody want to question him?
I mean, Ciel is going to kind of shrug. I am quite curious. It seems that he knows very well where we come from and where we potentially are going, which almost feels intriguing, given I think we have way less of an idea of both of those things.
Like I said previously, I'm just a guide. If you want your answers, you may as well ask your questions.
I'm sure another one of you can handle that at the meantime, and he's gonna kind of gently place Vivi down near the fire, and then he's gonna take his cloak and give her it and put it round her to keep her warm from the blood loss and stuff, and he's just gonna like look to Trillian. I only have spared the dying, so I might need to rely on you for this one, I'm afraid. If
Uh,
CL or Odette, do you want to question this coward?
Fine.
And he just kind of like shoots him like the dirtiest look. Like you can tell Oz does not like this guy at all, and he just doesn't take his eyes off him.
Fine. You are trusting the interrogation to the two most suspicious individuals after Vivi.
Well,
I'm
shouldn't
flattered.
you be able to see through lies if that's such a case? And you can tell he's just really not in the mood for like shenanigans and playful banter. Usually would entertain CL a bit more, but he's a bit more focused at this moment in time on trying to get Vivi back to fighting fit.
Dad seems to be better at that than me.
Well, I'm
Um,
sure together you can do it just fine. You can
The
always
power of
Alright.
forget.
friendship.
Alright, alright. Okay. Agdon, Longscarf, Prince of Prismere, do go on and tell us about this hourglass coven that has taken over hither, thither, and the Feywilds, I guess.
I'll wait for you to all be seated and say, oh, can't what I believe one of your friends earlier was insinuating. Having the lookout that I have here means that I've observed you from quite a while. But typically, when mortals end up in the Feywild, it's either by accident. The five of you together didn't really look like one. I believe some of my men assailed you on your arrival, and well, as much as apologies can carry, I am awfully sorry, but it is only an observation, and I believe you are looking for something. If you were sent here, perhaps, to deal with the Hourglass Coven, then it would be, well, most stroke of luck Prisma's had in some time. He'll cough and sit up and say, well, I will tell you about myself then, and my plight with the Hourglass Coven, and what I believe yours might be. In truth, you are not the first mortals that have come here either looking for them, looking for something. Some have not been as fortunate as you, I suppose, in regards to your luck, but here you are. My name is Agdon Longscar. I made a name for myself as me and my band of miscreants menaced travellers throughout various Feywild domains. It was in Prisme, however, that my antics came to an end by Zemilda's hand. I suppose rightfully so, although if the Feywild is not born and bred of mischief, then I believe it is not the Feywild. As punishment for my offences, the Archfey demanded that I give up my beloved scarf. But it is very special to me. It was woven by lightning bolts that I stole right out from under a dark cloud. And, being a sentimental fellow, when I refused, Sibylla cursed me so that I would never be able to remove it. She then pinned the scarf to a young sapling with a magic nail made of gold and iron, and bade the tree to grow until its branches raked the clouds. I was thus carried into the sky, where I was stranded for a long time. Very cold up there, a mite tad windy, very cloudy and hard to see, not really one for views. At least not that far up into the sky. But then one day, I found that my gang, still loyal as they were able to chop me down from my tree prison. I was told that the Hourglass Coven were now the rulers of Frismere. A reversal of my fortunes, to be sure, as they were able to get me down from that great height. My scarf remained pinned to the felled trunk. The gold iron nail that Sibylla had used to trap me to the tree refused to budge. So, Bavlorna Brightstraw, as I believe she is called, one of the Hourglass Coven's hags, struck a deal with me. She agreed to remove the nail and free the scarf in exchange for the best prize from, she asked, that if me and my men were to continue our raids, truly, after I had been cut down, I thought that that life was behind me. That the days of my Harangon brigands had done with being a pervasive threat onto the people of Trismere. But realizing that, well, Lorna had me in a little bit of a situation, shall we say, a dilemma that really felt more like a threat. It did not give me much choice. I asked what she wanted in exchange for freeing me, and she said that my Harangons, trusty as they were and as strong as they had been, she asked that we continued our raids into Prismere. That as much as she delighted in mischief, it was not our plans, best laid as they were, that she wanted to continue. No. She bid that me and the Harangons begin troubling any visitors because she would claim the best prize from each of my quote unquote, I suppose, raids. Assailing travellers for their belongings or memories and giving them back to her. And if my men failed, then she'd tie me back up to another tree, meld the wood with another, and send me back into the clouds, where the sky would once again become my home. Fitting, really, when you realise what the scarf is, I suppose, made of. But as well conducted as I suppose my gang has been, you have been one of very few visitors we've had, and the only ones who I believe have triumphed. Victory is well fought, and I must credit you for what it is you have achieved. But you have come here seemingly with your own issues, problems pervading to the Coven. I'm not really sure why you're here, to be quite honest. I just find that when travellers arrive and they are looking for something, it typically means that it always leads back to the hags.
Vivi sort of wrapped in Oz's cloak, which again she's sent him an appreciative sort of look for beforehand. After listening to sort of Agdon, she looks at him and goes, "Well, as it would seem, all of us, yes, we are here to look for something. In fact, we were all brought together at the Witchlight Carnival as it returned to our plane, and as it happened, we all seem to be in search of something, though, of course, none of us, well, some of us, don't even know what exactly it is, but this strong feeling drew us back. And,
I think, yeah, sorry.
oh, sorry, and the last thing she would say to Agdon is saying, secondly, what is it about memories that is so lucrative to the Coven?
On the topic also of talking about things we've lost, for one, I'm not even looking for someone, I'm looking for not something, I'm looking for someone. Have you perhaps from on top of this place have seen a small little girl wandering around?
He scratches his head and said, well, not the first time that I suppose children have been here, but given that my activities have been tied to hither, I wouldn't say I've seen one recently. In the past, probably, most certainly, I'd say yes. Depends what description it is you're looking for, though. There's, well, many people call the Feywild their home, so you'd have to be a little bit more precise. But to answer your other question, sorry, continue. Actually, do that, and then I'll have him just answer to what Vivi said.
Yep. It's because Ciel's going to go, I do have a description actually. It's just a small girl, probably about 8 years old, maybe dressed in a green dress, fair skin, very curly, very voluptuous red hair.
He tilts his head back and forth for the moment as if he's trying to free a thought for his brain and says, sounds familiar, but really depends when you last saw this person. I feel like I've seen someone almost fitting a similar description. But one, we're in the Feywild. Sometimes illusions are illusions, and sometimes inhabitants fit that description. But feels. I'm not sure. It doesn't seem like I don't know it. But I'd say if you're looking for someone of that description, it probably wouldn't be here and hither. If you've got plans to travel through Prismere, then I believe you might have more luck. But as you can probably tell, the swampland here, or never used to be, has really turned quite unpleasant and uninhabitable, save for a few, like myself and my men. So it's well, I'd say from my own recollection of what my men have told me, I don't think anyone of that description is at least here. But I think you definitely have better luck in thither or even yon. Depends how far your journey takes you and how much you're willing to look.
Perfect.
Vivi, what was it you asked earlier?
What is it about the memories that the hags or coven find so
Sure.
lucrative?
Cool. Agron says, well, I find that for as long as I've had knowledge of them, the Hourglass Coven deals best in knowledge, memories, emotions, as much as the Feywild does. Most people come here expecting their gold to carry weight, and unless you're paid a visit to the inn at the end of the road, then it's not really going to hold much of it. Hags, creatures like them, typically find that it's the best way to entrance people into a deal. That if something they can pull the wool over your eyes with or gain advantage of, or try and entrance you in a way that seems appealing but really actually is a reversal of your fortune, they'll enact it. They don't have really much morals or any sort of beliefs that would turn them away from seeing mortals as just another plaything, something to toy with. Have you come here looking for them, perhaps?
I. Oh, sorry.
Oh
You go
no, you
first.
go. You
No,
go.
no, no, you go.
All Vivi was gonna say is that she'll kind of send Agdon a nod and things. Her gaze sort of like narrowing a little. She goes, "We've certainly been given indications, part, almost visions, fleeting images of these hags before." Yeah, Ronnie, I was literally about to say that. Oh, uh, one. As she sort of like is remembering the image of sort of the hag that in sort of resting in sort of the pool and hearing the name over and over again, sort of she pinches her forehead a little and sort of almost shudders as she's sat and grits her teeth as she goes, "We've been pointed in their direction by others as a point of where we might best find or begin to find what it is we are looking for." And she'll sort of look to the rest of the group.
It's exactly as Vivi said. We have been afflicted with these visions surrounding the Hourglass Cove. And if you could point us in the right direction, I'm sure that would be helpful.
If I've not overheard or been too mistaken, you've come here looking for something, correct? Do you have... You don't have to tell me, but this is a question that really warrants a yes or no answer. Do you have any idea what that is?
Yes.
No.
No.
I don't believe I'm looking for anything. I'm here as a test from my lady. Odette is in
Nope.
denial.
Shift. He'll shift his eyes to those of you that say no and say, then I don't believe it's too far to reach, given the way that I know the hags operate, that your whatever it feels like that's been gone from you could be anything. Could be your height, could be your name, could be a memory entire. You've come from the Witchlight Carnival, and you'd not be the first travellers to have gone there, snuck in. I'm going to presume so, because this appears to only happen to those who have gotten in a little bit mischievously, of which I personally condone and commend your bravery. But as the Feywild operates, it would not be out of the question that you've perhaps headed there, maybe some time ago, and come out feeling like you were missing something. Well then, from my experience, that would probably be the Hourglass Coven at work.
Wonderful. Now they also kidnap children.
Oh, jeez.
He muses for a second, staring into the fire and warming himself up, and says, "You are currently in the domain of Bavlorna Brightstraw, the same hag I suppose I am beholden to. Not by want, but I suppose by means of freedom over... Well, I suppose it does come at the expense of others, as you have paid the price of. But you are currently within hither, usually where most people do end up. Not the first time I've seen lost travellers here. Are any of you looking for Bavlorna by chance?"
Even just hearing the sort of her name and things, like Vivi just like her eyes almost like dotted as she kind of freezes, and she just like there's a sort of shiver that goes through her, but she doesn't say anything.
I'm guessing she's part of the hourglass. It's going to be the one that we are looking for.
Do you know why they
I
would
don't...
have any interest in overthrowing the previous royalty or hierarchy that was in charge of this area? Or is it simply
He
just a means to dominate?
thinks for a moment and well, he's going to assume that none of you are looking for Bavlorna specifically because he's not heard it. But he'll respond to you once and say, well, from what I can gather, yes, you're correct. It is mostly a means for domination. It's been Zybilna's domain for as long as anyone can remember. She's been revered, respected, and is mostly well loved by those who roam these lands. As powerful as she is, she's not known to be not benevolent either. Her reign has been one that has garnered her the admiration of many around Prismere and the other domains of the Feywild. Why they'd overthrow her, I'm not entirely sure, but it can't be good. I mean, take that from me, who was punished by her in the first place, and realizing that, in my situation, I suppose I've gone from bad to worst. I believe she is the rightful ruler of Prismere, and for how people seemingly having all of their fortunes reversed in the face of the Coven, then that at least tells me that they're up to no good. But when are hags ever? I believe it is just a right for domination, but given that they are three sisters working together, the hags, that is, what they are cooking up for this part of the Feywild, I don't think it lies in any of our fortunes. It seems a means just to take from people who have nothing left to give, advantages of memories or items or parts of ourselves that they know that you'll miss, but they somehow leave you with a longing of, well, not exactly knowing what that is. Wouldn't be the first time that I've encountered people in your predicament. But you seem to have more might than most. A perseverance that should carry you over to, well, I suppose facing them. If you're looking for something that you feel you've lost, then it's likely the hags probably have it. I would surmise, anyway, given that you've come from the Witchlight Carnival, you've probably been told by their staff that everything you're looking for lies on the other side of a mirror or whatnot. Well, you're here, and they're correct. But if there's something that you desperately want back, even if you don't know what that is, you'll have to bargain for it. Find a way to get it. They might put you up to another terms of, well, conditions, a stipulation, another deal entire. But it really depends how much you want these things that you feel have been so far flung from you.
How could they take things from others if it's from the Witchlight Carnival that does it?
One
I'm also
second.
thinking to myself, I'm sorry. I don't think I phrased that right, never mind.
How did he take stuff from people at the Witchlight Carnival? How did they take stuff from the people at Witchlight Carnival? Is that what you're
Yeah,
asking?
yeah, because they're not together, so it's just a cause of suspicion. It was more so I was musing out loud, or Oswald,
Yeah,
or
sure.
rather.
No, you're good. That's actually a really valid question, and I will have him answer it. Hold on. Let me just have a look through the
I just
notes.
done it very clumsily. I'm very sorry.
No, it's good. I'll have him answer that. I just need to look up something on my thing. Um. He muses for a moment and says, "Well, we are beholden to, of course, treating whoever the Witchlight Monarch is as somewhat of a bit of an important figure here within the Feywild. I would have to imagine, not that I've ever met them in person, but from what I've heard of the carnival's managers, that given that I believe their initial patron was Zybilna, given that she's, well, we've not heard from her in months, I'm not sure if she's trapped, locked away, being kept somewhere. She's certainly not the ruler anymore. But every pact that I would imagine that she probably holds, I would presume that the Hourglass Coven would likely use their advantage. That doesn't seem out of the question, given that, well, if the Hourglass Coven have amassed enough power to lock her away, shut her from her domain, and take the rulership for themselves, then they'll absolutely use whoever is on the other side of what she has enacted for their own. Well, put it this way, a couple of moving parts. Witchlight Carnival, their patron is Zybilna. Zybilna, suddenly trapped, locked away, not sure where she is. Hourglass Coven take rulership. He holds his hands out as if to kind of insinuate that
Does he
what
do
he's
the
trying to get at. He
6-7
says,
motion?
"No."
Oh my
No.
god, fuck's sake.
He says he'll continue saying, the carnival typically visits Prismere after it's done its round in the prime material plane. Now that the hags control Prismere, well, wouldn't be beyond me to think that they're using the carnival for their own advantage. And that might be just exactly where the five of you come in. If you felt there's something that you went into Carnival missing, then everyone who enters is at the well, because of the way that things work in the Feywild and our rules of three. If you'd come in, bought a ticket, then there'd be nothing to worry about. But if you are to betray the rule of hospitality, given that the Witchlight Carnival initially stems from the Feywild, which I'm going to presume that maybe if some of you who are missing things probably did, then there's a bit of scope there, I can imagine, in which that is prime pickings for the Hourglass Coven to have taken something from you in return. You're not going to pay, they're going to take the payment right from you.
So where would one find this coven? Could you point us in the right direction for it?
He'll stand from where he is, and he'll point, I want to say, about northwest, and he'll say, well, over in that direction, if you've got the map handy, might be a tad easier, is
Who had the map?
Downfall. I believe that is CL that's got the map.
Okay.
Hello, I still have the map for some reason.
It spawned in your jacket pocket.
Who trusts me with directions?
You'll watch through the passing clouds and the rising mists that the bridge that you initially appeared on, this broken structure that has stone arches and a crumbling. What's the word I'm looking for here? Fence, a seemingly crumbling structure is a couple of huts that look like they rise out and form like triangle shapes almost, as they are cloaked in a shadow seemingly from a distant rivers from the mire running straight into them, where seemingly the waters turn more verdant and bright even from a distance. They seem to have the benefit of the shroud on their side, far away enough that you can't really make out what kind of creatures, who would be living here, but there's enough of a flicker from a distance that you would presume that Agdon is pointing towards a settlement that appears to be off in the northwest. And he'll continue and say, well, then you'd be heading for Downfall. Downfall is the residence of Lorna. If you're looking for the Coven, well, you're in her domain. You can certainly go over to Tibber or Yon and look for the other members, but this is where she is exactly. And he'll look at your map, CL, and point. If you look at the map, obviously you can see where Downfall is, just a ways across from Brigand's Top Way. And he will continue and say, Downfall is, for lack of better words, Bavorna's home in this murky swamp that makes up Hither. It's a collection of outbuildings, ruins surrounding the hag's monstrous cottage, but you won't miss it. You will have to watch for her court, however. Well, I'd say not too dissimilar to the way that I suppose I held mine, but hers is the choice of many bullywugs. That all are beholden to Bavlorna herself, residing in Downfall. She rarely leaves the confines of her cottage, which contains a preservation pond, as well as her treasures and other chimeric taxidermy creations. But if you're looking for her, you'll have to get past the Soki court and find your way in a position in which you can talk to her. She's not immediately going to be hostile. The rule of 3 in the Feywild deems that, well, she really wouldn't be able to harm you. She would be expecting to be gracious and accommodating until a time where you would supposedly prove unworthy or undeserving of such hospitality by your own words or actions. It's the first rule of 3 here in Prismir, and the rule of hospitality deems that she would be able to harm you. Doesn't mean that hags have their other ways of seemingly getting under the skin of people that they want to manipulate the most. She's already taken advantage of, well, I'm not sure specifically to any of you once, but if you're looking to, well, converse with one of the hags of the Hourglass Coven, then you'll find her right over there.
Vivi's gaze just becomes just more like pointed and just vacant as the more that Bavlorna's name is said, and she just winces and as she kind of like looks at Agdon, there's a sort of like strange desperation in her gaze as she goes, "Who is she? And why do I get this feeling inside of me every time her name is spoken?"
Depends
I
on
was
the
just
name.
gonna go
That's the
to
feeling.
comfort Vivi and just kind of like give her shoulders like a good like, you know how when you're like kind of warming someone up and like you're moving your hand very quickly on their skin and just kind of stoking the fire a bit for her, and then like just starts to kind of pour out some flask, the water for the flask for her. Sorry, I'm tripping up over my words.
Oh, my bless. It is appreciated.
He's more concerned about this than the interrogation. I'm sure, like he's got faith in the others that they can handle that, while he's just kind of mother goosing, I guess.
Oh.
You'll look intently at your face, but like nod sympathetically and say, "Well, that just tells me that I believe we are both beholden to the same hag. You're looking for something, aren't you?"
She, like, her eyebrows immediately furrow as she looks at Agdon, and she thinks for confusion, and she just goes, "Well, yes, I'm looking for something, but how would we be alike?"
He shrugs and says, "Well, she's got me in a bit of a predicament where I only have my freedom because I bring her all of these," and he'll point to the trinkets in the chest and say, "Because so far, up until here, my brigands were conducting raids, and she was owed whatever trinkets she'd like from them. She's a very sentimental hag, although I believe that is a term that varies between the two of us. I only care about my scarf, you see. She cares for all of these parts of people. But I'm only granted my freedom because of this, well, debt that I have to her. If you feel scared, afraid, unnerved when her name appears, then, and you've come here looking for something, I would go as far as to say that your fear is only a summation that she's taken something from you specifically.
Her face just like has changed. She sits up a little, and her lips just are agape a minute, trying to process everything that she's just heard. And she's sort of trying to rack her brain as if this thing that she's been trying to pin down for years is still feels like an ocean away. And she just goes, "It would truly help me if I knew what this thing was, but it seems like things of memory and dealing in them seems to be a specialty. Well, I certainly have path of my work laid out for me. Not sure how much of my work was cut out for me, but we'll only one way to find out. But I feel the more I come close to it, the more this shadow lingers over me in darkness. But there's only so much that the music can lighten, I guess."
He muses to himself and says, "From how I am to believe that the hags are exploiting the Witchlight Coven, I would not be surprised if all of them respectively have taken something from you. Maybe one of them more than once. Some of you claim to already know what you're looking for, and some of you claim to have nothing. Well, you've come as a group at the very least. If the three of you who have lost something, or believe you have, are desperate enough to go looking for it, then you're in the right place. If your fear is directly tied to Slack-Jawed Lorna, nickname she's amassed around here, you'll see why if you go to see her. Then you're in a place to get it back, certainly. She's not going to give it back to you for free. I'm not sure how badly you want to reclaim this thing of yours, but seemingly your loss has caused you all enough in desperation to take you all the way to Prismere. That in itself is a courageous enough thing to do. Seemingly must drive you so badly to want to get it back. But if you want to retrieve it, then sometimes when you're afraid of doing something, you simply must do it afraid. And he'll sit back down and say, "I have something I wish to, well, retrieve too, but I suppose it's not really that I need to retrieve it, it's more that I'm beholden to the fact that she's got me in this little grasp of hers, where for as long as I don't keep bringing her trinkets, I'm going to be tied back on that ever-growing oak sent up into the heavens. Not really much of it, it's just chilly and cold with nothing but the clouds for comfort and the sky for company. Not a desirable place, as aesthetically pleasing as it might seem. But while she stands, well, my freedom is all but at her very whim. So, while we obviously beholden to two different things, we're not as diametrically opposed as I hope. It's up to you, really. I know the way there. Getting a visit from me would not be so out of the question. I'd do it quite regularly. But you can go alone, if you'd wish. I can have a valorous stance off into the rest of hither until, well, all of this simmers down, although I'm not really sure how we've endured it for 8 years long. Not really sure when that's going to be. I'll take my courageous deeds off to some other part that won't run into you again. But if you'd like me to accompany you, not sure how or why, but you'd not be foolish to do so. I'm not opposed to the idea.
I mean, I guess either going with you or having you be our scout before we decide to barge into the hag's domains would not be that bad of an idea.
He,
Could be
he chuckles in a way that almost seems his brain, and he says, Well, once we're in Downfall, you see, that's her, well, home, I suppose. I could go on scout ahead, but she'd already know we were coming. At which point, bullyworks have no choice but to, I suppose, entertain us, greet us, let us go on by. And by the rule of hospitality, she's got no choice but to, well...
I think
But
it
you
would be
see,
in our
gracious
best
and
interest to have
accommodating.
him.
Go on, go.
Odette pipes up. She's been pretty quiet. But she's like, I think it would be in our best interest if we had him with us.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing I was saying is that he doesn't necessarily need to know that we're coming with him if we wanted to take a peek before going in. I do have a way to be able to, well, watch without having to go there.
What do you mean by that, CL?
Just a small trick I've learned. Just a skill that allows me to see through the eyes of a willing target. As long as they are on the same plane as I am, of course.
Don't
Really
you think
helpful.
those witches might be able to tell that such a spell might be underway?
Well, I don't know about that. Never
I
been
just
doing
worry
it
about you
against.
putting yourself in danger, CL, that's all.
Oh, it would be putting me in danger. I would be sitting here and enjoying my life. It would be putting the Harengon in danger.
Yes, but if you're looking into her eyes, how deep is she looking into yours, and how far?
Well, I'm pretty sure that having someone else in between us two is still less dangerous than just rocking up and looking into her eyes directly.
Oh no, certainly. I just worry that that might give us away.
We could also use Agdon here as a bargaining chip, with his permission, of course. We...
You shouldn't have to ask for his permission. Technically, if anything, he's
Oh
our
no,
hostage at the moment.
I mean for us to work together. Think of it this way. If we have Agdon by the scarf, and have him lead us to the hag, we have something she wants, Agdon, I suppose, and all of the trinkets that comes with him. It might give us the ability to talk. But we also have a monarch of our own.
So we can demand an audience.
Ah, yes. Of course. Why don't you use my crown that totally exists and have not been acquired by crimes?
Either way, you're seen as a monarch here, Ciel, as much as it pains me.
It
We
pains
can
me
use
too,
it
my
to our
lady.
advantage.
Well, I see no harm in following Odette's plan, and for now, I guess I'll hold off on making rabbit stew with him. You can tell he just really does not like him. He's just not taking his eyes off him at all. Between like making sure Vivi's okay, it's like he goes from like looking really softly at Vivi, and then you see him look at him again, and it's just complete hatred.
I mean, you will also see that, like, by suggesting that they use and make Ciel perform as a monarch, it's kind of causing a grimace of discomfort on Ciel's face.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Don't
Trillium
worry.
will look at.
Oh, sorry,
no
sorry.
No, you go, you go.
Odette is just gonna turn to Ciel and just go, "Don't worry. I'm sure I can make a noble light of you yet, should we have to."
I don't want you to. I don't look like a noble. I'm not a noble. How many times I will have to repeat it? I'm a thief.
CL, it doesn't look like we have any other option here. Can't you just fake it till you make it?
It's not easy. I'm a thief. I'm a criminal.
Don't you
I'm
pride
not a
yourself in
noble.
disguises?
Yes, to rob people. I'm not being
Well, up your
anyone else. If I
performance
wanted
then.
to be anyone, I'm going to say the same thing. If I wanted to ever be anyone else, why wouldn't I just be it? But I can't. I'm myself.
Well, you were the one given the monarch title. We can't work with anything else other than this at the present moment, unless you can come up with something better.
Upon you saying this, Oz, Trillian is going to kind of look towards Odette and then back to Ciel and go, well, I can't necessarily say I'm that familiar with nobility and such, but I don't think it would necessarily be out of the realm of possibility that maybe someone who is noble might have a spouse that might talk for them. And she'll gaze at Odette and just look at her and go, maybe it's becoming of royalty to allow their wife to be the one to present themselves.
Huh?
Odette looks at Trillian and
Oz's mouth agape.
squints really hard. And, and says to her, you would have me pretend to be Ciel's wife, so that Ciel does not need to speak to the hag?
Yes. if we use Ciel's nobility and your skills in nobility, we can basically say that Ciel is too Ciel talking to such people is unbecoming, and you talk on his behalf.
I see,
This
Trillian.
Vivi warily moves between Oz and Axel.
You know, Odette. Odette is going to take a step closer to Trillian. And on her tiptoes, she's going to put a hand on her shoulder and go, you know, I think that's a brilliant idea, since Ciel is so unwilling to step up to the title of monarch. I will just happily face the hag all by myself, Trillian, and speak on behalf of a monarch who does not want to wear their crown.
Can I insight check that? I want to see if Trillian's as dumb as a pile of bricks or not.
Oz is like kind of trying to help the situation. She's like, don't you think that might insult them if we say they're below Ciel? He's just kind of like trying to keep the peace, kind of like
Odette.
Jurassic Park meme. He's like,
Odette is going to turn to Oz and go, no, Oz, I think it's a wonderful idea. Just have me stand in front of all of you, grasping onto the scarf of Agdon, as I speak for none other than the monarch of the Witchlight Carnival. Surely me, a daughter of the four families of Baldur's Gate, has such power to stand before the ruler of Prismere.
yeah, sure, I don't know what I was talking about, and you just see Oz kind of like back up, and he's got his hands up, and then he just kind of like kneels down beside Vivi and like puts his shield in front of the two of them so they can like look out over it.
Vivi
Darling.
I was gonna say Vivi turns to Agma and goes, do you like jazz?
Oh, God. I think Trillian. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, sorry. No, like Ciel is going to just look at her dad, just go, well, darling, you're asking me to compromise and get out of my very much self and identity to become this nobility of yours, so maybe you can step down to my level.
Ciel, the difference between you and I is you have a crown and I do not. However, if maybe, just maybe, you had let me touch the weather vane like I asked, maybe I would be wearing the crown. And yes, maybe I could stand before these hags, all tall and noble and happy, and negotiate our terms with her. But you did
What?
not, and now you bear the crown all by yourself. So.
I did not know that this sick is going to do this. If I did know, I would, by all means, love to just hand it straight to you so you can continue walking high and mighty. But you see, once again, I'm going to repeat, thief. We don't care what we've stolen.
She's gonna move closer to Ciel. She's gonna let the hand that's on Trillian's shoulder drop. And she's gonna get close to Ciel. And she's gonna look him directly in the one eye that is visible. And go, you cannot commit to your act. You have been given a title for free that you can use to your advantage, and you are not. You are putting yourself and the rest of us at a disadvantage by refusing the honor which has been bestowed upon you. Ciel, I will happily speak for you. Hell, I'll pretend to be your wife. I don't care. But you are refusing to step up. And you are the one that is putting a stop to these plans. You may be a thief, and that is fine. But you have to be more when you are working with a group.
Ciel is probably going to also slowly raise to stand near her dad, just looking back at her and go, maybe humans like you can change masks at their will, but it's not that easy. I'm not saying I'm not going to do it. I'm just saying that don't expect me to suddenly be knowing how to play a performance which is not myself. This is me. I am not a noble. I don't know how to speak like a noble. If I knew how to be a noble, I would be one. I am not going to let you just go by yourself in it. No, I did not say that now, have I? But this act is a bit out of my depth.
If it is out of your depth, and you are willing, then I will assist you. It is that simple. Humans like me are able to adapt and overcome. We always have, and we always will. Whatever you are, Ciel, you need to learn to keep up.
I am a thief, Odette. I am just a guy who will do his best to try not to break your performance.
That's enough. That'll do.
Wonderful. We have a plan then. Going to kind of a bit like still you can see the discomfort is still there, but he's going to kind of cross their arms and just take a deep breath.
Trillian's just gonna blink steadily and go, wait, you guys are actually going along with my plan?
Odette is gonna turn to look at Trillian, and with like a grimace, she's going to say, yes. Yes, we are.
I guess if we have to suffer, we suffer together.
Trillian's just in shock right now, the fact that that idea actually worked.
Oh, this is just like face palming at this point.
And then she'll look to go, well, I guess you will also need guards, right? Being nobility?
Mhm.
Well, obviously, there's so many herring guns around. What if we get caught?
Yeah. And Vivi kind of perks up and goes, "Oh, and a bard, a musical fool, perhaps.
Yeah, musical film.
Won't call you in."
Of
Do you
course.
think we need some
You know,
some music for the background drama, right? Or
she'll raise her hand and goes, "Oh, there was this charming wedding in Baldur's Gate that I played at once. I'm sure I could whip up one of the tunes from there. If you want to wish to make it more Ceremonial.
You'll just he's kind of just been sat at the back and for over. You look at Agdon, he's just like munching on some carrots at the back, and you'll turn to him and say, I don't mean to get in the way of your best laid plans or anything. It's dreadfully clever. No, really. You know, much more intelligent than I certainly am. One slight issue though. I have a feeling that well, you're already in her domain, so Bavlorna probably already knows that you're coming. She probably already knows who you are. It's a good ruse to get past her court. Her court is made up of a bunch of bullywugs, as I mentioned, and for some reason, don't ask me why, they have their own king. Bit puzzling, quite funny. You'll find out when we get there. But given that we're in Bavlorna's domain, she has eyes everywhere. She probably does know that you are going to be approaching. Not too bad for dealing with her court, as I said. Again, really masterfully well done. But using me as well, how should I say it? Bait, and with the trinkets, she comes by and takes the trinkets she wants. These are all the ones she doesn't, and she already knows that. Well, she doesn't care for me really. She only cares for me because of what I can provide her. But if she doesn't have me, she'll just go ask someone else. I look, as I said, she's not going to not be hospitable and you know, gracious and well, even welcoming. And she'll be accommodating as much as a hag is. But if there's something you want back from her, or you're trying to question her, she'll always have the upper hand. If, for example, your friend here, and she'll point to Vivi, is looking for something back, she's not just going to turn around and go, oh, here you go, here's the thing that I took 8 years ago, or however long it was when you had this missing memory. Or trait of yourself, or name, or you know, I'm not entirely sure what she's taken from you, really. I barely know 5 of you as it is. But she's probably going to ask you to do something for her in return, and that much you should be aware of. Because there's 2 ways that deals go with Slackjawed Lorna. You try to make one, you fail. You try to make one, you betray it, and she does something to you. Usually it's worse than death. Or you try and fight her directly. There's 3 ways this goes, and while I don't think outsmarting her is above the question, I think really if we put our heads together, we can try and come up with a way to do it. But I think your amassed intelligence probably... Downfall is not a far walk from here. As I said, I'm happy to assist you and come with you. There's nothing from me she wants. Really, I'm just a tool, a pawn in her games. But I'll say one thing, at the very least. The Hourglass Coven, well, sisters as they might be, and as rulers as they may find themselves, they also hate each other. Like, you know, quite not a small amount. They're always trying to get one up on the other. So, I would say, have some sort of plan is, well, you know, well and, you know, truly a preparedness for the situation. But Lorna probably already knows you're here. And she probably knows that one or more of you are looking for something. She'll do whatever she can to hold that out of your grasp for as long as she possibly can. And if she offers it back to you, well, she'll entice you with what exactly that is. Try and make it seem like this most desirable thing, and it probably is. I cannot imagine how it is to, well, be so removed from yourself, although I suppose I can. She will definitely construct the way that feels like it's meant to pull the wool over your eyes. So I'd say just go in there prepared to deal with the situation as best it comes. It might change, she might do something even I'm not used to. But she will certainly know that you are approaching, and how you'll wiggle out of that one, well, I can only stand by and assist best I can, as one who's also beholden to her, you see.
Then let's say we walk into her palace and we say to her,
He'll just interrupt you just very slightly. He'll laugh to himself. Say, no, it's just a cottage. It's really it's very it's not very nice. Palace is giving her way too much credit. Sorry, continue.
Oh, that's very fair. Okay, let's say we walk into her cottage and we say to her, Well, your sister said if we did this, we would get this. Can you offer us a better deal? Right? If we play the sisters against one another, make their hatred for one another fester, maybe use the sisters to undermine the other's authority. They'll get frustrated, and from what I know about power, it always tips, it's always imbalanced, it's always coming and going. So if we were to convince the sisters that each of them were undermining the other, their authority, their power, maybe they would end up infighting, giving us opportunities that might not have been available to us initially.
He thinks for a moment, rolling the thought around his head, and he says, it's not a bad plan if you're talking to the other two sisters after. The problem, I think, is that Lorna's known ever since you... Lorna probably knows that you set foot in here first. She'll know that you've not had time to go and visit the other sisters. They hardly leave their cottages. They don't really communicate through means apart from face-to-face. Apart from, obviously, when they're taking something from me. But she might be able to see through that, unless you can play it off a certain way. The likely thing, well, not that I claim to know her too well, the likely thing that she'll probably ask you to do is try and do something for her that maybe involves her sisters. At that point, you do have some sort of bargaining chip against the others. And, well, a bit convoluted, I suppose, but there might be some sort of way that you can wiggle that to your advantage. Lorna will know that you've arrived here first. But
Okay.
as for her other sisters, who may hold the other things that you are looking for, that you want back, then, well, I suppose you've got that to think about as and when it presents itself. But you'll have to see. I'm not sure what she's thinking, what mood she's in, if she's even... Well, she has to accept visitors, I suppose. But she's... Well, she's made my life incredibly difficult. I can imagine she's probably done the same to you all. Well, maybe one of you more than the others, but her and her sisters, I suppose, work together more by force of habit rather than, want. Whenever you're ready to head over, we'll take one of the skiffs and, well, paddle through the swamp. I'm not one for really walking through it.
Okay.
I mean, has everyone rested? I don't really see the point in delaying.
Yeah. He puts a hand up. He says, "Oh no, you'll need a rest, I suppose. Look, you can have my tent if you want."
And you won't run away if we use your tent?
Well, given that I'm currently, and he'll point to where his scarf is still tied to Adette's wrist, not in a position to do so. No, I can't really. It's attached to my body.
Yeah, Trillian's a dumbass, it turns out.
I love her.
I love it.
she'll just nod and go,
If
okay.
if you want to rest, Trillian, take the time.
She'll probably look at the various wounds you can probably still all around her and go, I mean, it probably wouldn't be incorrect to rest.
No, it
Maybe
wouldn't.
to stop whatever this is, and she'll just like poke at the little hole in her armor where the arrow is, and you'll just notice that she pokes in, and then blood comes out. And she's like,
Yeah.
maybe I shouldn't have done that.
Maybe.
Oi! Don't do that to yourself. And Oz gets up and is like pointing at her.
Odette's
And
gonna
then he's
move
just
out the
gonna,
way.
like, he's gonna like take her, like, if there's any like armor stuff or like weapons on her, he's gonna like quickly take off some stuff like that and then just like forcefully sit her down in front of the campfire. Like a cross parent.
She'll just be really shocked and surprised that you quite literally manhandle her.
Oh my god.
He takes caring about people very seriously.
TV, despite the prospect, like, just there's this sort of sickening feeling inside of her at just the mere mention of Babylona. There's a sort of determination that whatever she has lost might potentially be a step forward in reclaiming it or finding out more about it. She nods in agreement with everyone and says, after all that we've battled through today, rest is paramount. And fuck, this hurts. She kind of winces as she just adjusts her sitting position, sort of as she sat down. But I think we should make haste pretty soon, as soon as we're all well rested. But I'd like answers, and I'd like answers for all of you as well.
Hmm. I think if any of us needed answers, you might be the one that needs it most, Vivi. At least from Bavlorna. Um, Odette is gonna look at everybody and their various wounds. And she's just gonna clap her hands together and go, right, rest, go lie down, sleep, do what you must. And rather than doing that herself, Odette is just kinda gonna let kinda slacken Agdon's scarf a little bit just so she can move away. And she's just gonna sit over here with her little legs dangling off the side of the big stump.
Don't you need to rest?
Hmm?
Shouldn't you also rest?
I am
He just kind of
resting.
like walks over to her. Like sleeping?
Oh, I don't need to sleep, Oz.
He kind of widens his eyes, and he just seems surprised by this kind of information. Oh, um,
I mean, I'm not tired.
right, sure. And he just kind of like awkwardly laughs and then kind of like goes back to the resting at the campsite, basically.
I think CL is also going to take one of the edges, just kind of sit there a bit further away from the rest of the people and take out the tome that you've seen in their hands in the fight before, kind of just start looking through it. They still look not happy with the situation, so they're kind of seems to be concentrating on what's written there. Must feel a bit confused by it.
Yeah, I think Trillian is more just taking care of her wounds and more just focusing on trying not to bleed out than anything compared to everyone else.
Oz is like spread out a kind of like comfy rest area around the campfire and tried to make it as nice as he can with what they've got. And he's just kind of like patted it down and like almost like motioning for like Trillian and Vivi to rest there because they seemed like they were the most hurt at the time. And he's almost like gonna like be Bayou's almost like a guard dog.
Aw,
I love him.
blessed.
You've got like a
Um,
big borzoi at the end of your bed, basically. That's the dog that I associate him with. So
he's so
That's so
cute.
sweet.
Um, I'm assuming that everyone's like kind of like winding down, relaxing, doing their own thing.
I would say so.
Yeah.
Same, so
Personally.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, BB definitely is. She's like just leaning sort of back against whatever she can and just like trying to bandage up like her wounds and just
Mm-hmm.
rest, even though like she is not fucking sleeping. Her heart is like going. She is anticipating what is to come next for the party.
Okay. Hell yeah. Um, while everyone's resting, can Odette pray?
She absolutely can.
Okay,
Nice.
Slay.
Here we go.
Adam, for God's sake. Sorry, Adam just going nice is really funny to me for some reason.
It's a very, very quick prayer. We might not even need to
Yes.
hear Char for it, but it is entirely
Oh,
up
but
to you.
what if she wants to say something to you with that?
Oh, she's totally welcome.
Like, don't worry, she won't need to say anything, but what that? What if she wants to?
She's so welcome to. Okay. Odette is going to take off her gloves and rest them beside her, and gently clasp her hands together and quietly say, "May my wounds show my sincerity, my blood fill your glass, and my sacrifice satisfy your hunger, my lady."
Adam, why did you just make that noise?
Can I see if Trilly can hear that?
Yeah, you can't interrupt, but you can.
Oh, no,
Because
absolutely, I'm
I
not
need
going
to
to
spit
interrupt.
bars, but I didn't think
But
you
can I
were.
see if
Yeah,
I can
you can.
hear that?
I'll let May decide whether you can make a perception check or not.
I feel like she is whispering. So I imagine.
May, just make a roll on that 20 for it. She can only hear it if she rolls on that 20.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, that. If you do, I will be gobsmacked. Oh! Okay.
Close.
Bro!
There was a good second where I thought it was. I was like, oh no. May,
Okay.
you can decide how much she hears off that.
I think Trillian would have maybe heard the beginning of it. So
Mhm.
the point where she said, may my wounds show my sincerity."
Okay, no worries.
But not the rest of it. But yeah, she's gonna do that, and she's gonna pray. And also Odette is 100% like bleeding. She's got a head wound. She's been injured. She was only 3 HP away from like broken. So she was like pretty badly injured, but it in the way that she carried herself, it didn't seem like it was an issue or as if it was something that was normal to her as well. But she is clasping her hands and she is very quietly saying this prayer to Her Lady Shar.
Okay. I'm gonna do something very quickly, actually, because we're going to make this not spicy is not the word, but I'm going to make this very interesting. Okay, so as you're praying to Shah, seemingly sat on the edge, taking in the sounds of the swamp, the chirping crickets, the whistling winds that speak the promise of tomorrow under the there's not really been night as you've known it in the Feywild. Perhaps that's something that's quite disconcerting to you, given your beliefs. But it doesn't really grow dark. It feels like the sun sets but never fully takes over the night doesn't really envelop the sky here. It's always in a waking sense of day that has different motes of light from the sun and how far its glow extends over the land. And as you pray, seemingly perhaps even longing for this darkness, you feel that you are almost for a second transported to somewhere else. It is a familiar feeling whenever you have prayed, where you feel as if the darkness begins to twist and turn around you and swallow you whole in an embrace that feels like home. It would not feel like that to many. It perhaps might even feel scary or daunting. It would be some people's worst nightmare, but for what would terrify most is a comfort to yourself as you feel as the sounds of the swamp almost melt away. And you find yourself in this very abject part of space, a distance away from the Feywild the earth as you know it, and you feel very far from where the side of the tree stump is. It's if you are suspended in a nothingness that makes you feel weightless all at the same time. Yet there is still this weight within you that seemingly makes sure that you're not just floating askance. And you'll watch as these clouds, these swirling mists, pull in to form these puffy clouds that encircle you, almost in this darkness that you know quite abjectly as your goddesses. And as you are pulled into this space or absence of it, you will. I'm going to put you on a map here. It's only got May on it.
Slay. Ooh, it's so nice here.
Yo, yo.
It's nice and sparkly.
Adette's like, ooh, pretty. And it's a space that feels uniquely like your goddesses, and it doesn't. You're not afraid here, but it feels like you were at home within the shrouds. There are sparkling lights that resemble stars and clouds that seemingly form walls around you, and it's then that you hear your goddess's disembodied voice that feels like the soft lull of a lullaby, and it all speaks to you in this space. And so
My daughter of darkness, your path has taken you ever further into Prismere. How fare your wounds, my dear?
After being like surrounded by like the instance of Shar, I suppose, Odette lets out this big sigh of like relief almost because like you said, there's no darkness in Prismere, and it's almost uncomfortable to Odette walking in the sunlight so freely all of the time. So like she really does feel so at home in Shar's presence. And like she looks up to her and she like splays her very scarred hands out to Shar as she says, "I couldn't be better, my lady. These wounds, I hope they show my sincerity."
you'll hear her muse to herself, seemingly a noise that seems pleased, and she will say,
You have embodied me well. The spark of me that sits within your soul thrives with the day that has concluded you. You are one of my strongest, fiercest, most loyal soldiers, Odette. But you cannot fight if your wounds are too much to bear.
and then you will feel as the clouds almost begin to close in on you in a way that might feel almost claustrophobic to some. But you'll watch as they begin to emit almost tendril-like extensions that begin to wrap around your arms where these scars were. And there's a moment where they tingle and even where they might even burn. But to you, this is perhaps soothing, and you'll watch as the scars begin to ebb away and the wounds begin to close themselves up. And it feels like it almost refreshes you in a way that's reinvigorating entirely. And she will continue and say,
You pay your penance well, my child. The wounds that you bear are simply a part of me with you. The pain that is inevitable, and the life which is granted to you. Some would perhaps be less grateful. But I am thankful that you still recognize what it is that lies before you.
You show me great kindness, my lady. I fear no pain. I know that every drop of blood that spills from my body is a gift from you on this path that I walk, that you choose for me. Thank you.
You are most welcome, Adet. You walk the path bravely, courageously, your head held high among the clouds. A height you deserve to be. And whilst you walk this path with no fear, I believe that some of your companions, shall we call them, ebb on the side of questionable. What do you think of them, Adet? Their longing for their memories, the way they grasp at what they have lost, their desperation to be healed. Do not see pain as a gift. Do not see loss as suffering. It is a contrast to everything that I have taught you. How do you regard them?
I find them confusing. I don't understand how they can turn their backs on your gifts. Your kindness. It makes no sense to me. I have been trying to help them understand that the loss they bear is a gift that helps them grow, but they do not understand. In fact, it seems they're sickened by their loss, my lady. Vivi, the mere name of the woman who appears to be the cause of her loss brings her to sickness. I don't understand. I don't understand why they don't celebrate your gifts.
You walk the righteous path, Odette. Sometimes those who do not follow the route in which we take often need something closer to bring them to the shroud. Your friends exist to suffer until they find my way, their way to my embrace. The path that you walk, the mission you are on, I trust that you will bring comfort to them, the loss that they feel, the pain that they endure, to know that with me, it could all float away, and it could be easier. But if there is no one to show them Odette, then they will never turn their face towards the dark. The shadows will keep you safe. It is important that you remind them that it could keep them all safe. But you are my voice, Odette, my spoken words, my creed itself. I trust that you will not stray from the path that you are on.
I would rather you strike me down yourself. If I even considered. But that is no cause for worry, my lady.
It would be a waste of the darkness that you have embraced so well. The shadows will bend to your will, for as long as my doctrine is what you spread to the world around you.
Of course. I will keep that in my heart and my soul, even my fingertips. I will ensure that I follow just like I always have, like I always will.
You bring me great pride. That I trust you will. There is no solitude in the light. It is blinding and harsh, and it will not comfort your friends the same way I will.
Mm.
They will not find anything in the embrace of the sun. But I trust that in your sorrows and theirs, they know how easy things could be by your word. I leave you to your rest, daughter of darkness, and I look forward to seeing how you wear the shroud in your waking days.
Odette like bows her head towards Shar and very gently says thank you once more. Um oh, I'm so excited about this. But yeah, she just bows her head and says thank you.
You will feel, you do not see her visage, you only follow her voice, but it is a presence that you have known all your life that you perhaps do not even need to see the face of your goddess to bring you comfort. And as you are soothed by her words, her confidence, and her pride in you, you almost feel her smile, a simple sound that tells you that she is pleased with you and lays all of her. Perhaps some would see it as pressure, but for you see it as a gift as you feel that the clouds begin to swim towards you, enveloping you in this darkness, holding you in its brace and quelled by the lullaby of her domain until these sounds of these swamp begin to roil back in, an unfurling mist that takes you back into a harsher reality with a blinding light as described by Shah, and you find yourselves back on the edge of the carved tree stump of Brigand's Hallway, staring off into an ever-setting sun that glows an ombre light into the sky, washing itself over the murky swamplands before you as the mire and its mists that begin to coalesce with the night only remind you of where you just were.
Odette is going to let out a sigh and very quickly put her gloves back on. Before she just kind of settles into like a resting position, like she's just kind of like laid back looking over the swampy area. She doesn't need to sleep. She's not tired.
Is everyone taking a sleep pill?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah.
It seems most
Absolutely.
wise.
All right. As the ever-setting sun of the Feywild sets into night, a pattern of stars hanging among you in the night's canvas as a dark blue is all that mimics the world that you once knew, the setting sun glowing upon the horizon. You are lulled to sleep in the warmth of the Feywild. The winds begin to die down and the mists begin to dip into the murky swamps around you, verdant and darkening as night sets in its own special way here. And your sleep isn't uninterrupted, a comfort knowing that perhaps you are closer to finding out what it is you long for, but perhaps a rising fear in knowing that it will not be so easily obtained. But with Agdon Longscarf at your side, a pesky annoyance that he has been, and his irritating brigands now dispatched, you hope that the guide of him at your side will take you towards one of the Hourglass Coven. A woman that you are looking for, specifically Bavlorna Brightstraw, and what she might hold on to within her grasp that belongs to one of you. As you awaken the next morning to the persistent sound of chirping crickets that greet you in the day, the mists almost begin to thicken, the wooden walkways creaking on the foot as the morning wind seemingly sweep up and almost threaten to pull them off the side of the carvings of the tree. The tree stump is solid under of your backs, and even within the bedrolls that you shed for the night, it is not an uncomfortable sleep, less one that you've found paling in comparison to your night at the walking in. Agdon is seemingly up bright and early, awake and warming the fire, the twigs crackling as embers begin to rise in front of you all. And seeing as Bavlorna's cottage, her domain within Prismere, lies just across the swamp, the rising cottontailed plants and the sharpened tree stumps that seemingly dot the wasteland before you that lead towards where she seemingly resides in the silhouette beyond, shrouded around as the mists all but keep her concealed within her home. You only hope that your journey out to see her will not bring you any more disruption as you prepare for the day ahead.
Slay.
Oh, yeah.
Can I say that Oz would have also gotten up early and he's just doing like push-ups or something like?
It's just
nearby?
working out, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
I think
he
Trillian.
does that when he's stressed. He's just.
I think Trillian is going to get up and see Odette. And if Odette sees Trillian, Trillian is going to eye you somewhat suspiciously, seeing as she heard something. She heard obviously the beginnings of your prayer there, and it was definitely not the beginning of a prayer she would expect from the majority of gods and goddesses, but nevertheless, as she didn't hear the entire thing, she's not going to say anything.
Yeah.
But she will turn towards the party and just kind of look at everyone, check herself to make sure all her wounds are healed, poke herself in the places where you probably will probably make Oz go, "What the fuck are you doing?" And then just turn to the party and go, "If we're all ready, shall we head out now?"
I would be not opposed to that, and Oz just kind of like pushes himself up and does a big stretch, and I'm not gonna lie, you could see his muscles a wee bit in his shirt. Just himbo doing himbo things, you know.
Roll for
Sounds
seduction.
good. What?
Roll for seduction.
What do you even
I feel
roll
like
for seduction?
I feel like for a joke it should be this. Oh no, she doesn't fall over.
Oz is like no idea what he's doing. He's just kind of like got his hands on his hips. He's just smiling. Happy to see everyone a bit brighter and a bit more alive looking this morning.
Yeah, Ciel is probably still in the same place, kind of. They've had some sleep, but they're like back to be looking through their tome as they're waiting for everyone else to get ready.
Phoebe is she's sort of she stands up. She's her wounds now healed. She tries to sort of play like a little like merry sort of tune on her flute. And there's a sort of smile on her face, and she goes, "Another day in hither, but what a day we have in front of us. But what's approaching a day with a sad frown on your face going to do? Of all days."
Exactly. I like your idea, Vivi. You should all look a bit more lively. Cheer up a bit.
After Oz says that, Odette is going to stand up from where she was seated, have a big stretch, and then like walk over, and she's gonna look at Oz with his muscles his muscles out, and with
He's
a
like not
somewhat
fully like it's just his like shirt's kind of open. He's got like a little bit of sweat glistening on him. He's just kind of like warmed himself up for the day, just smiling.
She's gonna look at Oz, flush red a little bit, look away from him, and go, "You should make yourself more presentable for the many women surrounding you, Oz. It's very inappropriate."
Hey,
I
don't
did see
discriminate.
his face go a bit red. and he just kind of like grabs his shirt and kind of like tucks his left arm behind his back a little bit, and he just kind of like clears his throat. I'm terribly sorry. I didn't even think. I just went back to my usual routine of training. I do apologize, my lady. And he kind of like gives her like a little bit of his head with like a kind of playful smile.
Oh, no,
You'll
Oz,
hear.
you don't have to apologize.
I was going to say
Can't
before anything else happens, you'll hear from Trillian just a whine of disappointment. But
Sorry,
Ciel's
it's
going to shake his head, just going, "Can't believe a dead thinks that only women can find this hard."
If there could be like question marks going about Oz's head, he would be just looking at everyone like kind of like when a dog like pops its head to the side when it's like looking at someone a bit confused.
so cute.
Vivi pats Oz on the shoulder and goes, "Don't worry about that, Oz, dear. We've got a long day ahead of us."
Oh, okay then.
If it wasn't part of Odette's character, I want you to know that she would have just stared otherwise.
Sorry, I just read what Adam.
Oh my god.
Who knew the ladies would like himbos so much, huh?
But no, if it wasn't part of Odette's character to be so uppity, she would not have said anything. um, so Odette is just gonna clear her throat and just go, yes, a long day ahead of us. Indeed. Um, are we all
And we
ready?
cannot be distracted now, can we?
No, we can't. We can't
In the
be
meantime, Oz
distracted.
has wandered away and started putting his armor on. He's just kind of like whistling to himself.
Ciel's just going to give a cheeky smile to Odette.
Odette tries not to pay attention to it. But she knows why Ciel is smiling. At least there's something nice to look at in Heather.
Oz just kind of like walks back up. He's like, "So what did I miss anything? We all good to go?"
All. I wouldn't worry your head about it.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god.
Oh, I love it.
I think as you approach Oz, Trillian is literally just gonna just look and just be like, hot. I mean, hot topic with the hot topic of the day is we gotta go to the hags, right?
Exactly.
I think the hot topic.
Are you all right? Do you need some water? And he's like kind of like rummaging through his bag for his flask, almost like preemptively.
She's gonna look at that. She's gonna look at it and just go, no, nothing from you. I can't touch you at this moment. Do you have any water, please?
Yeah. And he just kind of like passes her the water skin.
Oh, no. Trillian
Nah, Odette is gonna
touching
step back and let Trillian take the water skin from Oz.
She's gonna.
Oz just has a big
literally-
smile on his face.
She's gonna avert her eyes like as best she can and just take it and just open the cork very hesitantly and take the tiniest sip and hand it back and go, there. Can we please leave now? Before
Odette's gonna
As long
laugh
as you stay
behind
well
her.
hydrated, I don't want you passing out.
Vivi is fighting the urge to play like on a flute.
Ciel is just going to stand up, closing the tome, and just go, "Well, my dear, also have to say, I think you've inspired a few ladies over here to wake up earlier than usual."
I'm glad I could have that effect. He's like it completely like whoosh goes over his
Whoosh.
head.
This is hot.
Well, shall we?
Yeah, Trillian will literally just look at Ciel and just go, "Please stop. Please, can we go?"
Oh, if you ask so nicely.
Well then, and he kind of like turns to the the Harrigan. What was his name?
Agdon.
Agdon. I always called him Aragon, and I was like, that's not right.
Aragon.
I was like mixing his like Harrigan and Agdon together.
I think it would be really funny if he did call him the wrong name, though, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no, he just doesn't like him. He's gonna like after having like the biggest smile for his party, he's gonna turn to him and he's just gonna shoot him like the dirtiest like look and be like, "Well, lead the way."
He'll stand and go. Right. Oh, okay then. Well, we'll take one of the skiffs. We'll head out to the west. We'll get there in no time. The Bullywugs aren't too much of a threat. They hold a court of their own, and they'll probably insist that you come and see their king before you see Bavlorna. So we'll go over. Don't mind them. They're relatively harmless. And well, as always, I suppose we're coming to someone's home. So have fun with that. And he'll look at Odette, and he'll just look at your neck, Odette, and he's like, "You've No, I don't believe you have taken that from my trinkets, have you?" And Odette, you'll notice that there's a necklace on your neck that wasn't there before.
Odette looks down at her chest and goes, "Oh, must be a gift from my lady. Um, how silly of me for not noticing it sooner." Um, she's gonna then hold the kind of necklace in her hand and then tuck it into like she she kind of has a like I don't know how to explain it other than the way like I drew it her initially. Where she has like a top under like a base layer of a top, a little overcoat, and then like a tabard on top of her. So she's gonna tuck it in between the tabard and the uh like the coat that she's wearing. And very quietly she will whisper thank you to her lady.
You'll notice as you go to tuck it in that it is a almost like silver chain that is, you know, when you get those necklaces that's just like one long chain, it's not got like links or anything.
Yeah.
Almost and it's got 5 onyx beads on the end of it. I'll put
Okay.
that in your sheet. And they sort of glisten in the low light but seem to almost absorb any form of light from around them. It feels like they're very cool and they feel very comfortable where they sit against your chest. All right. So, following Agdong Longscarf, he'll hop down and you'll all get. I'm going to put you in this little boat here. Hilarious. Hold on 1 second. He'll take you over to this skiff that's been moored on the left side of the Brigand's Tollway, creaking down among the walkways, which you're sure are probably ready to give way at this point, as the waters seemingly only seek to erode the nature here. The tree roots almost gnarled by how long they've been sitting in these bright neon green waters. He'll gesture for you all to get into the skiff, and he'll hop in after you. And then I'm going to go ahead and put you on the next map. As he takes a paddle from his back and begins to row through the waters, parting the mist before you as the settling algae seemingly is pushed away by each rippling push of the paddle against the water. You drift through the west of Prisma of Hither, coming all the way to Downfall. Now, if you have a look, you're literally just heading off to the left, very much not far, literally just a walk away, pushing through the muck of the swamp, feeling as the skiff gets caught on perhaps the dense mud a couple of times, but not having it seemingly begin to sink or deter your journey as Agdon seemingly pushes you off from any intrusion a couple times over. It's not long before you then float into Downfall. and I will go ahead and put you on the next map and read you the description. As you take the clearest path of the river, clear is really an overstatement here, where the waters aren't seemingly just darkened sludge, but where the river rushes downwards, you will arrive in the midst of downfall. I'm just going to go ahead and read this for you. So, thick fog hangs heavy in the air, obscuring the area around you so that the world appears to have shrunk to only 20 feet in all directions. Before you, the waterway widens and the current slows, giving the impression that you've entered a lake. Croaking voices penetrate the fog, through which dark shapes appear, resolving into 2 rowboats. Manning the oars of each rowboat are 2 bullywugs. Sorry, I need to put you next to them. They're over here. Can you see them?
Yeah, they look like big froggies.
I'll
Yeah.
go and show you what they look like. Oh, Maze chat's gonna love this. And here you go. You'll be some bullywugs. Wearing seemingly
Special
just
guest
bits of
frog
tan
chan.
cloth.
Holy
And yeah,
Oh
A
my
special guest frog champ.
god.
Oh my god.
they've got
guys.
spears that appear to be made out of a piece of flint tied to a twig at their backs with a woven
so
rope
cute.
belt, and some of them are darting these, toothy necklaces onto some string. And they will. Does anyone here understand Sylvan?
Yes,
Oh,
I think.
no.
Hold on,
Yes.
I would need
Yes,
to.
do.
yes, I do.
Okay. You'll
I
hear
never
them.
selected the language. Oops.
All of them croak in turn, and you'll understand this for those of you that speak Sylvan here, as a translation to "Welcome to Downfall, travellers." Ribbit.
Oh,
I love them.
So, are they saying that in Sylvan? Sorry, then.
Yep, they are.
Okay.
Vivi is going to like chirp from the back, going, "Ribbit, ribbit!"
Trillian will just look at Vivi and go, Vivi, they're not. Just because they're frog-like doesn't mean that's how they speak. And then
I'm sorry, that's really funny.
My face
in,
like she's doing
It's
it.
really funny.
in Sylvan, she'll look over to the bulldog and go, "I'm very sorry for my companion's outburst there. That was incredibly rude. Thank you for the introduction." And then she's gonna just look back at Vivi and kind of like glare at her to shut the fuck up. No, I'm joking.
You'll hear as the different bullywug from the other skiff speaks up in this and says, "No, it's okay, Ribbit. If you've come to Downfall, then our king, Gallop the 19th, would be honored to make your acquaintance, Ribbit."
Trillian will just put a hand on her face and go, "Oh my god, they actually do rivet. I can't actually believe that actually is how they react, and it's not actually just for you being racist."
Did she say that out loud? Did she say that out loud?
Yes.
Vivi turns round with a smirk and goes, "Ah, alas!"
Trillian, you'll just hear the same one just like look at Vivi and like blink, and it'll turn back to you and say, "I don't know what she's saying, it's all just rabble to me. Anyway, you should go and see King Gollop the 19th. He would be honored to make your acquaintance."
She'll just very, very quietly say, I think all she's silly saying is ribbit, ribbit, to be honest. But then she will perk up and go, yes, I'm sure we would all love to be acquainted. Are you leading the way? Please tell me someone else understands what they're saying.
No,
I do.
don't.
Oh, thank God.
sorry.
Thank goddess.
We are on guard duty. We are the ones at the gate to let people past. Yeah, you need to head to the small dock nearby. Make your way across the stepping stones. Go through the balloon factory and across the bridge of Chattering Heads. And then you'll find the gazebo where Gollop the 19th holds court.
So we're going to
Ribbit.
see the flag. Ciel's going to say that in not Sylvan.
I believe Aragdon said that we would have to see a king of some sorts before we saw the hag.
I think no, we are being going to go see a king, right? See, on my, I admit it's a bit rusty, but I think that's what they said.
Oh, then that's good. I'm sorry, I don't speak Sylvan.
Yeah, they're basically giving directions as to where we'll have to go to find our king.
Oh, do you
You're-
both speak Sylvan then?
Yeah.
Oh, and you will see that Sielka's just clocked that this is a different language.
My God.
I figured that was the case. That's why I wanted to ask.
See, I'm like, why can't I understand this?
Everyone can
God.
hear what these frogs are saying, right? And half the part you're like, no, no, we can't.
Vivi kind of like pokes her head around and goes, "Oh, oh, oh! Do any of them like music? Does the king like music?"
I don't know. Let me try this. And Ciel is going to turn towards the frogs if they're still there and asking Sylvan, my companion over here is asking if you are delighted in listening to some music, perhaps?
The frog on the, sorry, the bullywug on the skiff on the right will turn to you and say, well, if it's, you know, if it flatters the king, then he'll probably like it. Ribbit. So, you know, you're very welcome to go and play. To be honest, I don't think any of us are musically inclined, so he might like that, but I'm not him, so I can't really say. Probably is my answer, Ribbit.
You know, they got a point. Ciel's going to turn to you and go, well, first of all, I do in fact speak Sylvan, and second of all, they are not the king, so they don't know the king likes music, but probably they don't.
It's wonderful to know. You never know when these instruments may come in handy, as we know quite well.
You know Sylvan from. He's going. They're going to look at Trillian.
I mean, it's why why wouldn't I know Sylvan? It's just a normal language to learn, right? Ribbit. And then she
I
said
was just
Ribbit.
gonna audibly laugh at that. I'm sorry.
She's going to, yeah, she's going to have said it Ribbit instinctively copying him, and she'll just put a hand to her mouth and go,
He's going to just point at you and go, "Ha ha! You see, Ribbit."
"Don't start."
You'll,
just gonna be
Trillian,
chuckling beside Vivi.
Trillian, you'll just hear the frog on the left just go, why did you say that about my mum?
She'll just
You
do a
just done
very,
a your
very,
mum joke.
she'll do a very, very long flurry of really panicked words. Just saying, no, I wasn't trying to insult your mum or anything like that. No, that's definitely not what I was trying to do. I was just, it was just instinctual. I just have a tendency to copy the actions of other people around them. So I just said that by accident. No, I mean, sorry.
It's okay.
And of course,
I'm not
no
offended.
one except CL understands this. So you're just hearing gibberish.
You'll just hear the bullywug just say, it's okay. I'm not offended. I don't know where she is. Anyway, there's still parking space at the dock if you want to take your skiff there now.
Yeah. Ciel is just visibly like you might not understand it, but you can see by Ciel's reaction that this is one of like Trillian's embarrassed ranting moments that they are just laughing. They're just laughing at this out of it.
Trillian will just try to genuinely change the conversation by going, the bullywog says that we can park up now. We should probably park up now and go see the king. Yeah, everyone? Now?
Yeah.
Please?
Okay, Trillian. And he just kind of gives her a pat on the shoulder.
You'll just hear Agdon say, thank you, gentlemen. Good day, and again, terribly sorry about my new companions. Don't worry, they're new here. They're just tourists. Goodbye.
As,
And he'll moor the skiff through.
Yeah.
Go on, Trillian.
as it's going back, Trillian will very quickly just put her hands together and just very quickly pray to Minthara, saying, "Minthara, please help me. What the fuck is wrong?"
Do you mean
with me?"
Mistra? Why are we
Mistra,
praying
sorry.
to Minthara? I would
Mistra,
too, to be fair.
Mistra. So basically, he's praying to Mistra to just give her strength to not embarrass herself.
Our Lord and Savior Minthara.
Right. Agdon will hop out of the boat as he parks the skiff up on the side, allowing you all to exit.
So, Odette is very discontented with the swamp beneath her.
It's okay. You're on kind of dryish ground now. At least
Yeah.
it's a little bit damp and a little bit muddy, but it's not swamp. The waters here are seemingly just rippling outwards towards the dock, and which has been very carefully constructed above it. And Agdon will beckon you along and say, "All right, well, I think I know the way from the last time I was here. So if you just follow my lead and be polite to the folks that live here, we'll make our way over to the king, and he can go ahead and tell us where Vlorn is today. Feel free to follow Agdon."
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, let me just give him some vision here. Bright light emit from the token. He's got his mace at his hip, which bears light. Okay.
Odette's
I've
gonna be
I've
following
got a lamp I can
closely.
turn on as well.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I'll have that emit light on your sheet. 1 second. Bright light, 15 feet.
I clicked
Um,
it.
There you go.
I don't know if it's registered or not.
Yeah, you should have
Meanwhile-
some light coming at you.
Nice.
I think CL is also going to kind of very dramatically offer their hand to Odette because, they're married. They should behave accordingly.
Oh, I forgot about that plan. Shit. Okay. Okay, so Odette has like, I guess, Agdon on a leash technically.
Oh,
And
they're
is-
walking their dog.
God.
Oh my
is
god.
very displeased, but definitely following through with the plan. Where she takes CL by the hand and very gently but tightly holds onto them, and leans in a little closer to them to make it look like they are a very happy couple.
Careful, my
Vivi.
queen.
Ah!
Vivi will take her place in front of the party, sort of just behind Agdon, and play a little notes on her and her veal as they walk through and go, "Make way for the Lord and Lady."
Oh my god.
CL is visibly hating this.
So is Odette. So is Odette.
Imagine that Trillian and Oz are probably the behind for the caboose being the kind of guarded knight-looking characters for them, and he's just kind of elbow Trillian a little bit and just kind of chuckle a bit at the situation.
Trillian is very much just biting her mouth, trying to not say anything to not embarrass herself. So she's more concentrated on that than anything else.
Yeah, I think
So
CL is sometimes. Sorry, just
No, go ahead, go.
just as a small thing, CL is trying to distract themselves into a bit of their mockery persona, so they're very dramatically just holding Odette's hand, sometimes helping her step over rocks and just going very careful, sweetheart. We do not want to mud up your dress so quickly in this place.
Yes, of course. Also, look towards me very quickly, dear. And she's very quickly going to make CL's hair look set nicer, straighten up their clothes, and overall just make them look significantly more presentable without doing much to them. Actually, just combing their hair with her fingers and correctly buttoning up their shirt or something like that. You know what I mean?
You'll get a glare Like a death glare from them.
Odette is going to smile at them so brightly and go, ah, much more handsome, aren't you?
Indeed. He's going to hiss it with like almost a scowl for a smile.
Oh god. And then Odette is just going to go back to like holding their hand and like making their way through alongside them. And I guess walking Agdon.
Just the casualness of walking Agdon.
That's her therapy rabbit.
Yes.
Oh my god.
He's been very bad, so he's grounded right now.
Okay, so you'll walk around the dock here, and you'll notice almost like an operation happening here, where looming above a ramshackle wooden pier is a balloon anchored by the 4-foot ropes tied around wooden posts, driven deep into the mire. The balloon's bladder expands and sags at irregular intervals as swamp gas fills it briefly before leaking out through various tears in its patchwork fabric. A bullywug stands near the top of the ladder and is using a long silver needle and a spool of catgut to sew up one of the openings. A second bullywug stands at the foot of the ladder. You can see them both here. To steady it, huddled nearby are 3 giant frogs whose long tongues snap up passing insects, seemingly the only job that they have here. You'll watch as they all nod very sincerely. It's almost like a bow to you as you head by low as they lower their heads. And they appear to be repairing a swamp gas balloon, which actually doesn't look too dissimilar from the one that Sir Talabar was in. It's definitely not the same one. That one now, destroyed, crashed into Slanty Tower and having its much of its balloon fabric ripped. But this appears to be where it might have been constructed in the first place. Agdon will hurry you along here as these bullywugs seem hard at work.
They're so freaking cute.
Sorry, the giant frogs need to rip it as you go by.
Thank you. That's extremely important.
No problem. They need to turn around as well. 1 second.
I want you to know that Oz looks absolutely delighted to see creatures around him again. You can tell he obviously thinks they're really cute.
Agdon will turn to you now and say, as you come across this crossing in the middle of the mire, where a row of boulders spaced 2 feet apart breach the surface of the lake to form a walking path across a 40-foot wide waterway. And you'll hear Agdon go, right then, keep your steps precise and careful. We'll be across this in no time. No check needed to be made here, just follow Agdon.
Okay, thank God.
Oh. Yeah, no more warts, please.
He'll take a bit of a leap across this rock here. Hold on, wait, who walked onto the rock just behind? Adet, just stop for a sec.
Okay.
You'll notice that he leaps across one of the rocks, and you'll notice that the rock below you seemingly begins to talk, and you'll hear as this rock, which actually is a Galebdur. I'll just show you what this creature looks like. Seemingly lifts its head, and Adet, you feel yourself like almost rise out of the water for a second. Oh my god, why does it want to show it to me? Here we go. Seemingly this stone-like construct will just say, "Wow, the people of Downfall sure are ungrateful about my service." As he kind of just stands up, and you'll realize why Agdon now obviously just jumped over that rock specifically. Seemingly the Galebdur has taken some offense to you stepping on him, but feel free to say whatever you need to. He's talking in common.
I'm so sorry. She's like obviously like still standing. She's not sure if she should crouch, what she should do. I am not from here. This is my first time being here, and I've never seen a hard worker such as yourself before. I'm terribly sorry for stepping on you. She seems very flustered.
The girl. Can you make me a persuasion check here quickly, please?
Okay. Let me bring it up really quickly. Da, da.
You'll hear the Gallop sigh and say, "No, it's fine. Sorry, I didn't realize that we had visitors from outside of Downfall. You're welcome to go past."
Thank you. Again, I'm so terribly sorry for stepping on you. Had I known, I never would have even considered.
No, it's quite all right. I'll move out of the way now so you can all get past. It's really okay. Have a good day in Downfall.
Thank you. How does Odette get down?
He'll wait till you step onto the next stone, and then he'll roll out the way.
Okay. Odette is going to, I think it's this one, jump onto a safe rock that is definitely a real rock. Right? It's a real rock, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's his cousin.
Okay.
That's his cousin. No.
I'll move all of you across to the other side. There's no one else needs to make an additional check. There you go.
Yay!
You'll hear Agdon as you get to the other side. So, yeah, terribly sorry. I forget that the Galebder are not always the most common creatures that people find here, but they're awfully polite still. So we'll leave that one to his devices, and he'll continue just heading round here.
If that happens again, Agdon, please do warn me.
Oh, yes, sorry, just keep, he'll kind of tap his head in seemingly almost a ashamed manner and say, I keep forgetting that, well, you might be new here, so a couple of things that some people don't pick up on that I've learned to all my life. And feel free to just move your tokens up with him. So you need to go now. Oh, there is, I've got a good place where we can end the session in a sec. There is someone I'd like you to meet before, we end it. Okay, so, as you continue on, making your way above the waters of the mire very carefully so that you do not fall into the water, you'll come across a wooden structure standing on stilts above the lake. It is topped by a steep conical roof made of hatch. Where's my description gone? Smoke curls up from a hole at its apex, its windows are blacked out, and the air carries the smell of burned wood. A clothesline attached to one corner of the building's exterior is hung with a variety of frayed patchwork garments. And Agdon will turn to you all and say, if I remember correctly, this is the swamp gas balloon factory. Well, a bit of a burned out balloon factory, I suppose now, but it's usually where they're manufactured. Wasn't this burnt last time I was here?
I can't really see it.
But if you come around the side, you can probably see it a little bit better. Someone just went inside the building.
It's fully blacked out for me.
Oh, really? Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Don't worry. It's not like the most important thing ever. There's there's just some people working inside. Really. That's
Okay,
all it
Slay.
is. It's
No,
just,
that's
the
fine.
fun
I
of it.
was just,
Yeah,
I
don't
was
worry.
mostly curious. I can't see it.
Okay. You'll head round this swamp gas balloon factory and find yourselves just before a flat wood plank bridge which spans an arm of the lake and lined on one side of the road by bullywug heads on wooden spikes. At the center of the bridge is a small figure sitting with its feet dangling over one side. The figure appears to be talking to itself in bemoaned tones. But then several bullywug heads nearby erupt in a cacophony of voices, some indignant, others sympathetic. A few more in a more distant row yell, "What? I couldn't hear what they said!" And you'll see at the middle of this bridge is a figure that appears to be chatting with the severed heads, who is a 3 foot tall. If everyone makes me a history check here, and then I'll end after it says something in particular. Just make me a history check, you'll see why.
History, okay.
History is not that great.
Same neither.
My history is apparently not terrible.
It's doing the thing where it doesn't actually. Oh, there we go. Okay, well,
Okay.
Christ. Another
Vivi
seven-
Trillian, you'll notice that this little figure here, oh god, he's so cute, is wearing like a yellow shirt. It's got these almost like lobster claws for hands, which are blue and bright and tipped at the edge with gold. And is wearing a hollowed out gourd, a discoloured pumpkin as a head. It appears to have a worn satchel over one side, is wearing brown shorts and very seemingly aged boots. And you'll notice that it appears to just almost not really have any sort of flesh for limbs. They look more like twigs. And you this is, and Vivi and Trillian, you'll remember that earlier when you arrived in Hither, I believe it was either by Sir Talavar or by Jingle Jangle that they told you that there was a scarecrow within Hither that could act as a certain guide for the party, and this is the exact one that they mentioned. This is Clapperclaw, and they will seemingly turn their head towards you, which appears to just be again a hollowed out pumpkin. And you'll see now that Agdon will actually sort of retreat to the back of the group, as the scarecrow will stand up, and it's almost like an animated body trying to make its way over to you. And it will say in your direction, "No, please don't look at me. I must be terrifying." And you'll watch as it pulls its like lobster claws like over its like head, and it seems to like almost like shy away from you as it like spots you coming towards it.
Oh, I'm gonna.
Oz makes a audible like, "Oh."
Phoebe
To-
like awes and like rushes up and goes, "No, no, no, not at all. In fact, we were looking for a scarecrow. A new friend of ours called Jingle Jangle mentioned a certain scarecrow."
You'll see as it lowers its claws, and they say to you, "Oh, Jingle Jangle's nice. Well, that must mean if you're friends with Jingle Jangle, then you must be good people too. But," and you'll see at this point, it'll turn its like gourd towards Agdon, and it'll go, "But you've got this one with you. Oh, Agdon, why are you here?" And Agdon will like try and be hiding behind the group. He'll put his hood over his from his cloak over his head, and you'll say, "Oh, hello, Clapperclaw. It's good to see you." And Clapperclaw will put both their lobster claws on their hip and go, "Well, it's not good to see you. My head's missing because of you. Have you come to give it back to me?" And
Oh my god!
You can see an almost evil plan formulating in Oz's face as he just smiles a little bit and he just grabs Agdon's like scarf and scruff of his cloak and just pulls him up with like very little resistance because he's pretty strong.
Odette's
he
arm
just
flies up
holds
as well.
holds him like in front of the scarecrow and just be like, "Oh, do you not like our new friend here, Agdon?"
and you'll just hear Agdon go, "No, I'm still, I've got it, Clapperclaw. Well, I had it. Lord has taken it from me. Yeah, I don't have your skull. I'm sorry." And Clapperclaw will like just seemingly like hang their head, very animated, and sigh, and just say, "Ah, well, I don't really want to go back to Lorna." And you'll see as Clapperclaw will wave at you then and go, "Oh, hello. Sorry, I've been a bit ill-mannered. My name's Clapperclaw. I unfortunately was created by Granny Nightshade. She, I think, used a well, I was nothing, and then I believe that she took a soul of a tormented child from Gehenna,
I realized that she was using me to perform evil tasks for her, so I ran away from home. And well, she can't get me here in hither. She's all the way over in Tither. And well, I was doing just fine for myself until I was waylaid by this one here, who stole my head. It was a most glorious stag skull, but well, if I want to get it back, I suppose if you've come to see Lorna Brightstraw too, I better come with you.
I think that's a smashing idea, and he just turns and like shows his full, like bares his full teeth in a big smile to Acton, and just says, "If you know what's good for you, you'll give the skull back afterwards, or I'll be making rabbit stew out of you. Do you understand?"
You'll hear
Um,
Agron go, no, I'm being actually serious. But Lorna took it. If we're going to see her anyway, we might as well just get it back at the same time.
Fine, and he just kind of like drops him, like
Ab-
haphazardly.
Odette's arm falls back down.
Bless.
To keep up with the appearances, he just kind of bows to Odette and just goes, "Sorry, my lady. Had to make sure our prisoner didn't think of anything funny."
Oh, it's alright.
Vivi looks to Clapperclaw and goes, "Well, it truly is a pleasure to meet you, Clapperclaw. We've heard wonderful things about you from Jingle Jangle. So it would be rude if we didn't introduce ourselves. My name is the Songbird of the Sword Coast, Lady of Song, Laureate of the Lyre, and a Flute of the Turning Age, or you can just call me Vivi. Everybody else does." And she kind of gestures to the party.
Um, I'm Odette, and this is my husband, Ciel.
Yes, I am a blessed man. Ciel's going to smile.
Oz just kind of stifles a laugh under his breath, and he just kind of covers his mouth with his hand a bit behind them.
I think you'll
You'll
probably just hear.
go on.
I was going to say you probably just hear Trillian very, very quietly going, "More convincing, please."
You'll just get a death stare from Ciel, just clearly saying, "I'm doing already too much."
Odette was going to, instead of just holding, Ciel's hand, she's gonna wrap her arm around their arm, and like lean into them and smile very brightly.
You'll see Clapperclaw like bow, and you notice as he tilts his head downwards that you'll hear there's almost like a jingling from like within inside his head, and you'll realize that it almost sounds like the gourd has been filled with like some copper coins that appear to be rustling about. And he'll say, "Oh, well, a pleasure to meet all of you. Though I didn't realize I was in the presence of well, such important people. I mean, look, I say, well, meeting all of you for the first time, but he'll like kind of poke his head through the crowd and say, Ciel, is that your name? Did you say?"
Yes? Ciel's going to like very slowly say yes with the full of, "Is that somehow surprising to you?"
You'll see almost Clapperclaw like jump and rocks the wooden bridge a little bit underneath him as these bullywugs heads have now all turned your attention, and he'll say, "Oh, no, well, actually, I don't know if you remember me, but we're friends. We've met before. It's been a while, but it's really nice to see you." And what if I just ended the session there and be really cruel about that?
Oh, yeah.
Sick.
Shit.
So I'm an idiot. I'm a dickhead. Anyway,
Join us
so
next week. Join us next week on The Wild Beyond the Witchlight.
in what could possibly be happening with Barbara's character, whatever it's all about. So, as you continue your journey throughout Downfall, this murky swamp, this a vast mire stretching out in front of you,
only coalesced by the mist with a limited amount of light that begins to streak through the crowd from the bright sunset of Prismir. Why isn't the music working?
I can hear it.
Really, I can't.
Oh,
I can hear it.
I can hear it.
I can't hear it. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to trust my instincts. Right, so as you continue your journey, seemingly over the creaky wooden bridges of Downfall, making your way past the bullywug core of Gullup the 19th, finding your way through these worn-down factories, burnt-out buildings, and a place that is not filled much with colour, you have come to find a vibrant and lively new friend in the form of Clapperclaw, a figure that you were told to find by Jingle Jangle and Sir Talabar, a guide perhaps to get you throughout the domain of Prismir. As you realise that Agdon and Clapperclaw have perhaps had a more unpleasant interaction prior, you realise that perhaps with Clapperclaw's response to CL, that there might be a little bit more running through some more of your histories, a mysterious moat of a story that only seems to unfurl with more questions and seemingly a lack of answers. But as Clapperclaw now seemingly joins your ranks, eager to show you through Downfall in the hope that they'll retrieve their original glorious stag skull of a head, you wonder what else will await you in store as your journey takes you closer towards Bavlorna Brightstraw's cottage at the edge of Downfall, and what the fearful, frightening hag of the Hourglass Coven might have in store for you in exchange for something that you might have lost. As your fear begins to rise and your adrenaline begins to spike, you only hope that your meeting with Gullup the 19th will take you closer towards the answers that you have been so desperately searching for. And that is where we will end our sesh today. Thank you, everyone.
Let's go.
Let's go!
And
Oh my god.
yeah, I'll leave you all with more answers that you have to come back next week for. If there might be an answer, there might be more questions, who knows? I will thank you all, Maze Chat, for joining us. I hope you've enjoyed another session here with us this evening.
yes.
Hell
Thank you, of course, to my
yeah!
wonderful players for another lovely session. It's felt very in-depth there. You've gone many a place, and I hope you all enjoyed it very much. May I hand over to you
Absolutely.
to sign off to your...
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Okay. First of all, incredible session. Well done, everybody. I had so much fun. I will be back tomorrow. Is today Thursday?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be
Yeah.
back tomorrow for Elden Ring. I hope you guys had as much fun as I did. But until then, I love you guys very much, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
chat.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye, chat.
Bye bye.
Much love. Bye.